Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Vast Error Let's Read, baby. Woohoo! Yahoo! It's There's context for this because I didn't mean to just be Mario, but we were talking about Super Mario in real life, and I was Super Mario in real life.
Super fucking Mario.
Super fucking Mario! Jesus. Happy fucking Vast Error Day, everyone. Holy shit.
Woohoo!
First of all, happy 11th anniversary, Vast Error. But more importantly, to me, happy fucking birthday, Austin. Like,
Yeah.
if you're in chat already, Austin, big fucking happy birthday. Welcome to being 24.
Yeah. Welcome to your mid-20s.
I am dragging you into 24 hood.
Oh god.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Happy fucking birthday to Austin Otto. I know I said this in private, but seriously, I cherish you and our friendship so fucking much, man. You made something truly special, and we all love you.
What the fuck? That's so sweet. The
Austin's not the same age.
Okay, wait, hang on. How old is Ancient?
I don't know.
I'm gonna assume 24. There, we've created the Triforce of 24-year-olds. Fuck it. Jesus Christ. Before we start, though, I gotta give some shout out, though. Thank you, Cloud, for the follow. Thank you, Fallen Flowers, for the follow. Thank you, Toontooch, for the follow. And thank you, Twizzlies, for the follow. Really appreciate it, y'all.
Yeah.
Hell yes. Oh, yo! Oh my god, 2 more! Jesus Christ! And they just keep
Holy
coming,
shit.
and they just keep coming. Voltal, how's it going? Good to see you.
Hello,
Thank you.
Voltal.
Thank you. It's good to see you here for the first time. And Quop!
Hello, Hodel. I love your musics.
Oh, you know, the Voodoo music is pretty fucking good. It's pretty fucking choice, actually.
So true.
Also, thank you to Volleyball for the follow. Holy shit. Insane.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Oh, shit. Did I say this in private? I didn't. Oh, I said this in a non-Vast Error stream.
Hmm?
I don't know if I said it was 500 or 350 followers, I would get a life-size cutout of Yeshin.
Oh my god. Yeah, I think you did mention that in off stream. Yeah, that should be my follower goal.
I mean, fuck it. I will if it was 500, I'll bump it down. If we can get to 350 followers, I will get a fucking Yeshin life-size cutout. Fuck it. I think that's very funny. Jesus Christ.
500 for Yeshin.
500 for Yeshin. It was 500. I'm bumping it down to 350. Fuck it. Why not? I think it's very funny.
People are flooding in.
Yes, they are. Holy shit. Welcome, everyone. Hi, if you haven't joined us before, I'm Austin, ValantWynn, and this is the bestie. This is Don, aka Neptune.
Yeah, I'm sure you've never heard of me before, but
Jesus Christ.
I am one of the artists who make the panelsies.
Yes, you are, and you do some good fucking arties.
Thank you.
Yes,
Some
of course.
of my arties arrive around this point.
Fair enough. Well, in that case, why don't we get started then? All right. Oh, Don's a little quiet. Let me boost Don up actually. Then.
Let me out. Let me out.
I am enhancing Don.
Hello. Can people hear me clearer?
Yeah, is this better? Please do say so if that is the case. Ugh. Yeah, you can't forget about Krydom and Haynes' dad. You can't fucking forget about him. Yes, that's better? Good.
Thank you.
Excellent. All right. Act 3. A1? Sure. Act 3, A1. Oh shit, okay, we're back to the eyes. Great. Can I fucking read? Oh god, okay.
So, the line that's repeated over and over and over again for this section is, I scream because I know why the caged bird sings.
Okay. I scream because I know why the cage bird sings. I scream because I know why the cage bird sings. I scream because I know why the cage bird sings.
You don't have to repeat it that much. It repeats over and over again.
I know, but I was having some fun. Uh-oh. Oh god, okay, Jesus Christ. I fucked up almost everything right there. There we go. Is that back to normal? Yes, it is. Okay, cool. Oh my god. PGE heart. Oh my god. Oh, that's not blood. Okay. I thought this was a stream of fucking blood. Oh my god. Oh my god, Hootie, how's it going?
Hootie!
It's good to see you here.
My voice cracked so bad. Hi, Hootie.
You're fine. You're absolutely okay. If you hear me. Oh shit. Hey Sova, why the fuck you going into that bird cage? I don't like that. Sova. Oh, hot damn. Oh, that's sick animation. Holy shit. Me when I see Sova. Understandable, actually. Act 3, Act 1. It happened again. You had another nightmare. Such things have become a natural fixture in your life. A hurdle you are constantly beholden to. Vivid, sprawling tales interwove with terror that now teeters on the mundane. It's been too long since you've had a good day's rest. Please allow her to have some good rest, please! I am sending Sova sleep.
What goes to Bloodborne world?
Oh my god! Holy shit. Last night was something of a blur to you. How could you have been prepared for it? Even without certainty that your planet's fate hangs by a mere thread. You've always had a keen awareness that your whole world was eventually be compromised. That one night, you would lose everything. By the will of forces you never understood. There's a part of you that insists you should be grateful that your assumption was wrong. But that she's still here with you. But it's hard to be enthusiastic in the midst of such upheaval. It'd be far easier to pretend this not but another one of your horrible dreams. Is the... Okay, that's Serpais, Laven, and Sova, and the fucking... That's so good. Alas, it is never that simple. Sova, say goodbye to Kupri. You let your Lucis know that you'll be flying the coop, as in the metaphorical nest, which is your hive in this instance, and not her. She nuzzles down against the top of your head, quietly chirping as you give her neck feathers a delicate ruffle. She can't come with you. Though she's made the attempt, it seems you're the only one who can go through the portal. And you wouldn't want her to anyways. She's already spent far too long being used by others. You're not about to be the next one to try and clip her wings. Fucked up. With a little wave, you tell her that you'll see her again later. At least she has plenty of food to keep her company. These things are unsettling. Sova, return to your land. Time to go back to the medium. I don't want to cry this early in the stream. Understandable. Fucked up.
Sova makes me cry, for real.
Sova just brings every emotion out that ever has existed. The land of days and lattice.
Um,
Uh,
if you want, you can read Metatron
yeah,
because
yeah,
I read Scylla, so.
yes. Mrs. Amelie, so wonderful to see you again.
Oh, yes. Hello there, Metatron.
I know it's not easy to miss, but I trust that you were able to find the front portal safe and sound?
Safe and sound is perhaps a wee bit generous. No offense meant to the structural integrity of your game, I was simply worried sick about the state of our planet, not only on behalf of my friends and fellow inhabitants, but also on account of all the history, the culture, the arts. Though that's hardly your fault in particular. Definitive measures, including the whens and wheres of such finalities, have always been a point of Reptilian discussion. I'm just never an advocate for erasure.
Neither are we, if we can help it, which we often could not in our past ventures. It saddens me to say. But that is all the more reason for us to seize this opportunity to its fullest, especially with the weight it holds.
Hence, we are allowed to go back?
Hence the very same. The notion of destruction was simply some extra motivation to our end. You know, to get you young adults a pace. It has always been our intent to bring your planet into the game, as you all seem to be fit to call it. Might dull, if you ask me. But while we very much know of you, we still don't actually know most of you very well. Or at least I don't. Jadil might laugh me out of existence for not having a concrete assemblage of your unique Sylvanus just yet.
I believe it's Jagudial.
Jagudial, okay. Speaking of knowing you, there is something I'd like to ask. During your Sumbler, did you happen to find yourself on Durst?
Durst?
Ah, it appears not. If you did, you would already know what I mean. Not to worry, though. We may be on a time limit, but there's no reason to try to do everything at once.
Right.
I assure you, dream selves are fickle things to begin with. Durst dreamers in particular tend to have certain issues due to Durst's predilections. But regardless of sway, all dream selves are only awoken once their host has gone through a revelatory moment, a stride in their growth.
So I need a push in the right direction, which I'm assuming this planet is meant to provide.
It doesn't sound like you're pleased about it.
I'm not, really.
Well, this is ostensibly your world, based on your interests, thoughts, ideas. That isn't the case. Then I say you best go about proving it. Hmm?
What is there for me to prove? I'm already here, aren't I? Wouldn't it be more beneficial to guide us with all the excess? Am I not trustworthy enough to handle what is laid out before me? Is that when my first checkpoint came before I faced any sort of challenge?
Now. This is far more complex than a straightforward route of completion. Certainly, we could carry you to the end goal, swaddled in the fuzzy arms of your lovely rabbit consorts. But what would you gain from such a thing? What would we learn of you then? Lands are created as blank canvases and then shaped into what your denizen believes to be the best working challenge for you to face. If you were to ask me, however, which you are, I see them more as outlets.
I'm quite familiar with the concept, with perhaps a tendency to be overfamiliar even whenever the fancy strikes as necessary.
Was she the one to point this out to you?
I say that it's more of a descriptor I was able to recognize after I got done stammering in awe in her presence.
It happens to the best of us.
To say she had me at my wit's end would be an understatement.
Your wit's end.
Oh, for clarification, I meant that I had no wit with which to best her as a conversational partner. She's quite eloquent.
Jagudil? Is that what you said before?
Jagudial.
Jagudial. I'm sorry. Oh my god,
It's
Jagudial.
okay.
Jagudial does have a way with words, as all of our kind tend to.
We wound up discussing matters of the soul for the majority of the conversation. I am not sure how much research you have done on our species, but this is something that we take very seriously. To Reptilians, the soul is an essential part of who we are. It dictates many things about ourselves, our heritage, where our lives lead, our personalities, and even our connections to others and romance. It represents the whole of us, physically and mentally. So it was not surprising to hear that they are very much real constructs.
That's what you've always believed.
I find it hard to imagine most making it into their older sleeps without at least a little bit of faith, whatever shape that faith may take. I just chose to believe in what the soul represents, and what the All-Mother is capable of. Jagudiel told me that I was indebted to my soul, that I am a servant to my own heart, and that its whims are what keep me...
Prisoner?
I suppose so, yes. My primary objective as the archetypal page is to find a way to regain control of my soul, and we have all the parts that we must play by the end of our quests. When you are able to move past your own heart and recognize yourself anew, that is when you will reach your true potential, and once again we shall meet. That was the last thing she told me.
Well, it seems to me that you are far more prepared for this journey than you might think. But since you are aware of what you must achieve, that begs the question, what will you do?
About my land?
About everything. The way you're able to look into the eyes of revelatory information dead on is staggeringly adept. You might not be sure of where you find your footing, but surely you have an idea of what sounds most appealing to you. There is no wrong way to go about this, and you have a vested interest in seeing it through. So, what's your methodology? What are you going to tackle first?
That would depend on what's out here, I suppose.
This place is entirely unique. None of the other planets in the medium possess the same layout, fixtures, resources, enemy types, nothing. What you see here is all you. What would you like to do, Sova?
Oh, gosh. I wasn't prepared to answer these kinds of questions. I don't have any plans set in motion. My idea was to just wait a bit so I could know what the others have been up to and follow their lead.
And isn't that exactly what you were told to avoid?
Mm,
Oh dear, don't be discouraged. Why don't we take a look at this through a different lens? What would you like to do, Sova? In your catalog of personal experiences and interests, what do you think will take you from one checkpoint to the next?
I I like I like to write plays.
You write to like plays.
Eh,
Come now, there's no reason to be ashamed. In fact, I'll share a little trade secret about myself in return. I do so love a good story.
oh, you don't have to try and save face by reassuring me.
You're correct, because I'm a floating eyeball.
It's really nothing. I doubt anyone other than me would even care to cast it a cursory glance. It's not based on any established property. It's not a sequel or prequel or remake or reboot or any of those other fun entertainment pieces that are easy to dive into. Less a chlorinated jello pool and more a pit of needles, all filled with my overwrought rodology. Original fantasy bordering on alternate history is a cliche. I've heard plenty of times how it's better that it died out as a genre. You wouldn't like it, I promise.
Why, but everything you're saying only makes me sure that I would be pleasantly surprised and deeply enjoy myself. You sound like a storyteller. I'm quite familiar with those types.
Would you really not let me change your mind and convince you that it's terrible?
You can certainly try, but I shall pester you the whole way through until you let me see it. Sova, read manuscripts. Your typewriter modus is pretty straightforward. In order to pull out the desired item, all you have to do is compose a proper sentence involving the term. A few jumbled ideas stir around in your head as you concoct a turn of phrase it might accept before you jot it down. Whenever I'm performing a reading, I must ensure that I do not flip my script. Luckily, he's not very picky about your wording when it comes to this particular object. The item pops out of the card with a satisfying ding! Wisely chosen.
This is the only manuscript I have in my current repertoire. I have many more back at the college, but I carry this one with me everywhere. I admit I treat it as though it were my own living, breathing descendant. Like this text will be the most noble, ink-strewn footprint I leave behind. In the same vein, however, it is also a fickle piece to deal with due to a few self-imposed factors.
The problems of creative vision.
It's not a complete story, I'm afraid. I have a bad habit of constantly redrafting it. I can never find a happy medium between my expectations and these pieces of paper.
It's very professional, Mrs. Amelie. Do you render all of your drafts like this?
Yes, I enjoy the tactile sensation of being able to flip through pages and write down my own suggestions. Until you give me my communicator, I hardly possess a proper working computer, and it's always such a hassle to try to edit on the run. Ain't that true?
Mm-hmm. The cast of characters of Upon the 12th Hour, a play in 2 acts. The Songbird, a struggling singer. The Stranger, a stowaway. The Lonely, a washed-out wanderer. The Punit, a harsh critic. The Invoker, a mysterious bartender. The Enlightened, a prophetic alchemist. The Entertainer, a giddy comedian. The Forthright, a gregarious polymath. The Practitioner, a disreputable doctor. The Champion, a menacing fighter. The Watcher, a hired hand. And the Nobleman, a resentful aristocrat. Scene, a private party on a luxury yacht, Angel's Tears. Time, Reconstruction era, late night.
The cast of this production was made with particular actors in mind for the roles.
Your friends.
How could you tell?
One of the drawbacks of having very particular shades of color that you use to denote yourselves. Do any of them know about your work?
Oh no, if I have a hard time showing this to a third party, how truffle do you think it would be if I had to present a proof of concept to those involved? Also, to be clear, these are completely original characters. I stress this because I don't want anything in the text to be taken as surface value comparison or commentary on any individuals. And
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
And I would also like to stress again that you really are not obliged to do this if you don't want to.
But this scenario seems so very engaging and culturally rich. And, oh, look! My cape tail appears to have inched close enough to start peeking under the next page. What awaits us, I wonder?
Our protagonist, the songbird, walking up to port.
S. Begin upon the 12th hour. I'm going to now quickly move... Oh, no, actually, I want this one. If you will switch... Nope, you're not switching over, which is great. Oh, that's huge. Everybody, love Sova's sigil. Big, huge. I don't know why it's done this, but here we go. It's fine. Oh my god. Okay. Huge. Massive. What a wide one.
Mr. World Woad.
Oh. No, I think it's probably just best to watch it on here then. I don't.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
yeah, I don't think it's worth doing right now. Oh
Hmm.
my god.
It's not a long flash either.
Sure. Play. Ooh.
Hmm.
God. Shh. Guys, the play's about to start. All right. Cool. Then we're just gonna have to stay quiet for this. I'm sorry. This is no longer let's read Vast Error. This is just let's view Vast Error. Fuck it. Also, big shoutouts to Hoodie and the fucking wide error joke.
Wide error.
Jesus Christ. All right. The entertainer off stage. But would you look at this sand loop?
I guess this is the safest place I can read the narration.
Okay.
The songbird stops in her tracks and exaggerates a sigh, tensing her arms by her side. She turns on her heels, exits stage, and re-enters side by side with the entertainer, who cradles a sand loop in her hands. They walk towards the angel's tears scaffolding together. Entertainers pace sluggish compared to songbirds.
You're not looking at it.
Pardon?
It's adorable.
Mon, really enough already.
Well, with your other way being what it is.
More than one sand loop, that's for sure. Entertainer rushes to catch up with Songbird, who begins fast walking once again.
Maybe you should be the comedian.
I'm quite sure that's carnivorous.
What? Comedians? Ouch! It bit me!
As the duo arrives at the scaffolding, it becomes bathed in an eerie olive light. Both turn to look at it.
Perhaps it's a good omen?
Hello? Excuse me? Somber lifts her hand to tap on the railing, then reassesses the green glow and thinks better of it. Enter the forthright atop the angel's tears, with a cable of rope tossed around his arms. He has been working on 11th hour preparations for the party, and is slightly, if noticeably, out of breath. Ah, the entertainment, aren't you?
That's Mrs. Entertainer, actually. Don't worry. Soda Stop's always got my name wrong too. And she's Songbird.
Songbird curtsies. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Forthright. Here. Let's get you on the ship. Songbird and Entertainer hesitate. Oh, yeah. Don't worry about the light. Do the opposite of worrying, in fact. It's a shield of sorts. It keeps the monsters down in the depths at bay. We might be the only ship left on Rabiton capable of sailing it, thanks to it. Songbird makes her way up the scaffolding onto the angel's tears as its interior becomes lit. She takes Forthright's offered hand on the last step. Thank you.
Instead of worrying, we'll let you do the ferrying.
The nobleman's coming does have taste. What do you mean? Oh, your direct recommendation. Is that so? Who's in charge of this shield endeavor? Well, no, unfortunately. Haven't been here long. I suppose you didn't strike me as an attendant in the first place. I've been a baker, a luthier, a boat rigger now. A luxury craft, no less. It seems to me that your most important job is high place befriender. And Simon's like, this is what pays best. Now, your arrival has prompted me from deckhand to steward, and if you do me the honor of following me to your blocks... The trio... Cut the scene where Forthright shows Entertainer and Songbird their rooms. Keep the scene, but make it quick. Just enough banter says not exposition slog. Entertainer, Songbird thought they make a good joke, and Entertainer tries to write it down for material, but she's got a notepad at home. Songbird promises to memorize it for her. Enter the stranger. Gaze fixed on the floor, hands in pockets. Passing trio as they make their way to the lounge. Exit stranger. The trio shares confused looks.
Do you know him?
I feel like I do? Do you?
No. Yes? Definitely yes.
Pretty sure I should, but then I've met many a character aboard. Never mercurial you. The trio arrives into the lounge, which is full to burst. The watcher, drink in hand, shares conversation with the invoker, acting as bartender. Seats away, the lonely pointedly avoids joining or being joined for his drinking session. The champion is cross-armed against a stray table, while the practitioner and the pundit share another. Nervous, the songbird strains up. Everyone, your entertainment for the night has finally arrived. Songbird, yet again, curtsies. It is the only way she knows how to make an entrance or an exit. Good evening.
Oh! It's Songbird!
Yes, it's me. The champion stands up and walks towards Songbird. Songbird recoils. Champion looks at Songbird more as if she were sizing her up than meeting an unfamiliar face. She then offers her hand to shake. Songbird takes it. Champion squeezes. Hard. Songbird. Songbird, you know me well. It's solely by reputation. Songbird shakes her hand in pain once freed.
Come here! Sit with us! We were waiting for you!
Songbird and Entertainer head for the indicated table. You were...
Well, not really. But we were making it work, retroactively. Don't mind the champ. She's, well, she doesn't lose. But she might have not gone to break as many bones as she wanted in her last fight.
So you cover combat sports as well? You've always looked to favor those with modern sensibilities.
I'll criticize anything. I don't care. Oh, this is our ship, Doctor.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Likewise.
Not very easy to find his ilk now. A specialist, for better or worse. And these two are the only performers worth paying half a loop to see on this side of the world's end. I don't like that, actually. Huh? Just seems sort of mean-spirited.
I don't recall your review of my concerts being quite so generous.
You've gotten better! At least, I would assume you have, seeing as you've directly recommended to His Honorable Noblesse.
Little wonder you don't get invited to opening nights anymore.
Amusing, then. I was invited off, isn't it?
Or award ceremonies, or send-off parties, or anywhere where people try and like each other. I'm sure you are a lovely performer. To be candid, I am often a fan of watching others do what I can't do myself.
You must be an aficionado of reputable medical practices, then.
It's this panel.
Hey, lay off the big man.
Give me a moment.
Yeah.
Watcher saunters over to the table and joins in the conversation as they put one arm around Practitioner's shoulder. Their other hand is occupied with a drink.
Let's not all be sour pusses tonight. Come on, broad, loosen up. Mixed by you, I suppose. Drank by me too, if you ain't taken. No? Aye.
Watcher downs the drink in one go. Excuse me, are you not already plenty inebriated?
Nah, 2 drinks, hard stop. Plus, I can hold 'em. You're thinking of him.
Songbird half stands, craning her neck to get a better look.
Friend of yours?
Whether he cares to admit it or not.
He won't be meaning anything soon unless the bar gal cuts him off. I can hear you, jackass. And guess what? I don't like you any more than I did 20 minutes ago.
Honored guests of the Angel's Tears, please welcome the illustrious nobleman. All eyes spotlight on the entering nobleman. He carries himself with an air of authority, wears clothes and finery to match. All rise upon his entrance. His title demands it. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I hope you have found my ship's accommodations to your liking. Looking less what befits such a distinguished gathering. Sorry, I couldn't tell if, like, since it's crossed off, I couldn't tell if I was supposed to read it, but it's whatever.
You're fine. Yeah, you're good. Tremendous ship, that is!
Nolman turns towards Entertainer and Songbird. He's impassive. Nevertheless, the duo nervously shrinks. I had begun to fear we missed out on the eve's entertainment. It is a pleasure to see you've arrived safely.
It's entertainer.
Pleasure's all mine. Songbird curtsies. With some hesitation, Entertainer follows her cue with a bow. We beg that you pardon our tardiness. There's nothing to apologize. If there were any misgivings, I expect your presentation tomorrow ought to exonerate them. My acquaintances have described your singing only in most exalted terms. Might be good for a gag, but she's had more than her share of dialogue by now. It'll be an honor to perform for you. For all of us. Not cryptic enough? Hand-handed? The spotlight softens, taking the focus off of Nobleman and Songbird. Songbird visibly relaxes when Nobleman turns to address the lounge as a whole. Don't let my title keep you from freely mingling. I may be noblesse on land, but all that I invite on my ship are as equals. Would he really say this even as a lie? Also, most definitely not creepy and foreshadowing enough. This scene is dragging a little still. Can't let Nobleman talk more, he's too verbose! Skip the nightmare scene for now.
Oh god. Soup.
Soup!
That is that Sova soup?
Sova in the stew.
Sova chowder. God.
Sova said shut the fuck up, Connor.
Good. As she should. Oh. 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 Oh.
Scene 2. Morning rises. Songbird thrashes in her recupercoon. She turns to one side, the other, and then opens her eyes, defeated by insomnia. She sees herself standing on the amphitheater stage, her voice cracking as the entire crowd turns from neutral to sneers to jeering. Songbird closes her eyes and grips the edge of her recupercoon, trying to breathe for balance. Oh, mother, oh my own mother, I haven't gotten better. I haven't gotten better at all. Songbird lets her head hang for a few seconds. Upon lifting it, she wipes her face and buries it in her arms. They can't see me like this. I need to be fresh. They can't see me like this. Damn me. At least I should try and look good. I can't have puffy eyes and dark circles and a croaky voice. I should at least look the part. Damn me and damn it all to hell. I'm going to sleep now. I'm going to sleep. Sleep, 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 sleep. Songbbird's voice slowly fades as she falls back into another disgruntled slumber. Night arrives in fits and starts as Songbird wakes with a gasp and a flash of light, then drifts off again and again. Scene 3. It is now the early evening. The Angel's Tears guests have all gathered in the amphitheater, mingling and making small talk. There's a new addition to the crowd, the Enlightened. Behind the amphitheater's curtains, the Songbird warms her voice with vanilla coke and vocal exercises. God damn it.
You know what? I should go get myself one of my vanilla cokes. Maybe I will talk
Yeah,
better.
so true, God. But let me go ahead. Page. Okay. Capitulating to her anxiety with a nervous, almost involuntary movement, Songbird peeks behind the curtain to look at the crowd. Her eyes come to rest on the enlightened. Songbirds' tension doesn't diminish so much as change when generalized anxiety to timid curiosity. She asserts she has seen a lion frequently before, but cannot place her finger on when or where. Songbird leans against the wall and places her hand over her strange heart. She sighs and steels herself for a second, then crosses the floor, beeline towards the enlightened. Upon reaching her, she stops for a moment to collect herself, then calls out, "Excuse me." Elaine turns to face her interlocutor with a calm, radiant smile. She speaks with deliberate pauses between her words, pauses on which Songbird perches her rapt attention.
Yes?
Um, I feel like we've met before. Have we? Met before, that is.
It is possible. Perhaps we have crossed paths in dreams.
My dreams have been great of late.
Dreams within dreams, then.
You speak as if I hadn't seen you until now.
I've busied myself keeping this vessel afloat.
Oh, oh, the shield. It's your color.
Indeed, trivial connections sometimes appear as great mysteries.
And great mysteries appear. Somber looks around, her attention suddenly brought back to the crowd occupying the room. Trivial.
What troubles you?
Many of these people. I'm quite sure it's my first time meeting them, but I keep feeling as if it's not. As if I've known them all their life.
Perhaps you have, and you only don't know it yet.
Somber shuffles, not meeting the lion's eyes. Were anyone else to tell me this, I would call it absurd, but I feel as if I had been fated somehow to meet you here.
You were.
Somber lifts her eyes.
I am an alchemist, songbird sweet, and though my domain is that of
Need to look more into alchemy for this. That is, if anything can be easily found.
the All-Mother's forces are ever intertwined. To have arrived at the day whence your path is forever set, that is fate.
Is that why we've met here? Now?
Of course. Though not as you expect.
What what do you mean?
If the night's events continue apace, then this shall be the last time you and I speak.
Uh, oh, but that that cannot be. You and I are. There's so many things we need to talk about.
It is not within my power to temper with fate, only to scry its inevitabilities. Your performance tonight will be your greatest yet.
The Alliance hands brush Songbirds. Songbird stares at her, eyes wide with piercing spurs of whirlwind red romance, a tread towards folly. Their shared touch, barely there, a sage whisper of an act, feels forbidden in its subtlety, yet it is all Songbird can do to not take Alliance's hand in hers, to sink into hope that the moment will last forever.
God, gay people win. Songbird! Songbird!
Songbird looks at Entertainer, then at Enlightened.
Your show is starting soon. You must get ready.
Thank you. Songbird gives an uncharacteristically clumsy curtsy, then hurries backstage towards Entertainer. Her mind races with unexpected emotions. Admiration, exhaustion, confusion, trepidation, and soulmate-weary hysteria.
Songbird? Songbird!
Huh?
You're up in 2. Are you quite alright?
Entertainer reaches for Songbird's face. Songbird raises her hand defensively, and Entertainer relents, saddened.
You look like you haven't slept at all.
I've gotten the sleep I need. And something else too. Something far greater.
What are you talking about?
I've got the power of love. A beat passes. Entertainer bursts into laughter. Songbird, catching on her faux pas, affects laughter of her own.
Okay. Memorize that one for me too, please.
It's fairly stock irony.
All in the delivery, then. I think I should work on my deadpan.
You have a deadpan?
Come on, Songbird. You kill it.
Entertainer urges Songbird towards the stage with a friendly hand on her shoulder. Songbird affects one last smile and glances backwards before taking the stage. The amphitheater seats are full to burst, including all the characters thus far named, save for Nobleman, Stranger, and Entertainer. Songbird searches the audience for Enlightened, but cannot find her. All she evinces are a sea of attentive eyes, pinpointing her as does the spotlight. After a beat, she inhales, exhales, and begins to sing. Anxiety, nerves, fear fall away from Songbird as she sings. She's in her element here, her voice angelically sweet, trained to evoke. She dominates the stage, thriving the same rapt audience whose attention she feared minutes ago. It is a precise mirror image of her nightmare. Her performance is flawless. This is her zenith. When Songbird reaches her final, highest, and most powerful note, the lights suddenly go out. Her ringing voice and the echo that follows the only audible sound for several beats. Scene 4. The lights come back on. The crowd has been thinned to only named characters. All extras have suddenly vanished. A steady drip of olive blood falls from the ceiling and spatters Songbird's nose. She looks up to discover the lion's bleeding corpse hanging from the rafters. Songbird screams and falls backwards as she recoils in horror. The amphitheater bursts into chaos as everyone follows Songbird's eyes and discovers a cadaver in turn.
What is that? Is she dead? She's dead!
If I can get to her, she could very well still be alive. Someone fetch a ladder! Forthright looks at Practitioner, shell-shocked. A ladder! Post haste! Forthright speeds out of the room as Champion climbs on the booth to get a better look.
Now you just stop right there.
Forthright stops in his tracks and turns, panting.
No one's leaving this here performance dump till we figure out what the hell's going on. Yeah, what the hell is going on?
The entertainer looks at the ceiling and screams. What is going on? Is a woman is dead. and we're all that remains of the body.
I know it's in your nature, Brute, but don't be daft. That woman ain't dead, she's been killed!
Semantics. Now.
And we ain't moving an inch till we find out who was the cause for this effect.
I'll tell you who did the killing. Enter the stranger, scanning down everyone else in the room as he gets their attention. Same man that owns... I don't remember what voice I gave him.
You're A-okay. I mean, I'm more doing imitations of what the actual characters are for my voices for this play, so
yeah,
do what you feel is best.
Yeah, you're right. Same man that owns the Angel's Tears. Same man that value all on it. He's done this before. Gathers all of his enemies in one place, say, a ship owned by a Violet, exempt regulatory investigations. Set sail for the far end of a pelagic nightmare, unnavigable by any vessel save this one. This here's no private party. This is a barrel, and you're all his rotten fish.
Could have gone for a more tasteful metaphor.
Naturally, you're a resented sea dweller. You're his hired hand. Watcher's playfulness suddenly turns aggressive. A wild loose is no longer toying with its prey. As the discussion develops, Lonely heads for a ship's window, sensing something wrong. Songbird notices and slowly inches towards him, never taking her eyes off the dueling pair in the center of the room.
And where's this accusation coming from? Huh?
You make corpses, I clean them up. Hard work for me when you get this sloppy. Has your mouse begun itching at last? Wish you were this time. Widow to a wealthy bondmate, entrepreneur, up-and-comer, old money baron? The Watcher's hand twitches. Baron. Fitting.
Something's wrong.
There's a corpse in the room.
Besides the obvious. See for yourself.
Songbird looks out the window as well. The protective field is gone. In its stead rises a pallid fog, phantasmagoria, blurring the horizon, subsuming the Angel's Tears and everything that surrounds it. Songbird gets the sense she's not seeing everything she's meant to. She shakes her head and refocuses her eyes, and realizes the mist has stopped. It does not rise from the black depths, but rather is paralyzed, endless steam frozen in the shape of ice. Further below, mutated Lucii rave and lunge at the ship, raging, hating, immobile as well. Jaws twisted into grotesque expressions of hunger, yet never snapping shut. Claws and broken bones aborted in horrendous motion. She was keeping it together. Not just the shield, but time itself?
Let's not jump to conclusions.
It could have been a failsafe of sorts. To vouch the ship's immediate care in the event of her absence.
Have you knowledge of alchemy?
Merely theoretical.
Then don't just say things, for all mother's sake!
If there is one way out of this predicament, the nobleman has it. And if the nobleman has it, he's not using it till the only life signs on the ship are his. And his. Champion gets in between the stranger and the Watcher, eyes fixed on stranger. There's a combat readiness to the way stranger twists at the intrusion, but champion looms over him. She flexes her hand, and it's clear she could break him. You are the only person in this room who hasn't already gotten here before. I'm the only person in this room who's got even a smidge of an inkling as to what's going on. Doubt that's coincidence. A beat passes. Everyone not involved in this conflict alternately shrinks away or readies up to face the danger. Lonely, physically positions himself between the conflicting parties.
Whoever's doing this, and I'm not saying I have the slightest idea, but whoever's doing this wants exactly how it's going. Us at each other's throats, tearing each other apart before we even get close to them. At least, the least needed thing right now is another corpse. What we do need is a sanity check, and that ladder.
For a moment, Champion backs off, crossing her arms. Stranger minutely relaxes. I suggest we stay moving in triplets henceforth. That way, there will always be a third party to mediate conflict should it rise.
Finally, someone reasonable that isn't me. You, busboy.
I.
Get back to the original plan. Get that ladder. Take him and her with you.
The three exchange tense glances, then head for the exit, following Forthright's lead.
Now, who here's got experience on a catwalk?
Songbird, Entertainer, and Pundit all raise their hands.
Definitely not the strongest bunch. Well, you're the one to talk! One of the things I'm best at. I need you to get ready to take down that body. Prepare warps or whatever you need. Presumably your expertise surpasses mine.
With a haughty sigh, Pundit heads for backstage. Entertainer and Songbird follow.
And you two are staying right here with me, 10 meters apart. With your hands where everyone can see them.
Gay people.
Gay people.
Songbird lingers on the threshold between backstage and amphitheater. She cannot help but feel she is forgetting something. The curtains begin to close, centering Songbird. Just as they are about to slide fully shut, Songbird pipes up and asks no one in particular. Where's the bartender?
Oh. Oh no, Elsie. Yeah, can we get everybody who's in chat, please say gay people. Please say gay people.
Gay people.
Gay people.
Gay people disgusted.
Hi, I'm home again, here again for real. Welcome back, Heather.
Welcome back. Welcome home.
Welcome home.
We just finished a play section.
God.
Silva's mind is kind of twisted, but also I kind of love it.
It's definitely interesting. Although it is honestly very depressing that that in her mind that it would be Albion to perish in a murder. I don't know. I think
because she was thinking that after Albion would go through with the Star Children thing, that she might never get to talk to her like as a person again.
That's fair. That's rough.
Mm-hmm.
Also, bye, Very. Thank you so much for joining us.
Bye, Very.
Have a good day. Day for you.
Mm-hmm. And that's about where it stops for now. I know it's pretty convenient timing, sell between acts like this, but the best way to follow it up to the end eludes me. The middle is always the hardest part in my eyes because it's the connecting tissue and the escalation, and you have simply, so much to juggle. Sorry. Did you have any critiques?
Well, since you're asking, the story was structurally sound and nurtured with meaningful prose, a bit rushed at times. The dialogue fits the setting to a capital T without dipping into the being overbearing or unnatural. An achievement, considering how these historical fantasies tend to go. However, I would argue that it says far more about you than it does say about your lovely cast.
In what regard?
Not quite sure. Maybe you should be the one telling me. Or rather, telling them. Sova, disregard that. Look in the new memo instead.
Alright.
Animated humorist has reopened the memo, rebeating the dead omen beast. AH has annexed unclassed Kahuna into the conversation. Alright, we're back. A member of my socialization committee has gracefully reminded me that these memos never go well because I've requested it, and so at an earlier date. However, she has been promptly outvoted by the other members' non-committal flopping of their back drains. Now, I know that democracy is a contentious hypothetical to some, a concept that seems better suited to an idyllic fantasy realm rather than the material present. But guess what the system we're going to be working under starting right now this second? And speaking of these hierarchical ideas, I'm not sure we arranged any pecking orders beforehand. Had a bit of a rocky and non-committal start, that's for sure. They say as if more than a scant few hours have passed since anyone had talked in here. Didn't sleep well, by the way, in case any of you were curious. My sweat lumps shambled against the glorified lawn chair for a few hours, and then... It's not important. Weird Dream Guy had another weird dream, if you can believe it. The reason I'm now the one taking care of this dirty load is that clearly nobody else is going to volunteer to shake up the situational reins right now. So, I'm taking this one for the team. It's the least I could do after my elongated, maliced, filed absence. This time, I'm not letting the course self-automate, though. We've tried that already, and it failed miserably. I want a response from everyone, and I do mean everyone's, and that includes florid historical leg breakers, rough-bodied grit fakers, snide world-shelved magpies, manic touch-starved syllabites, condescending beatnik ex-godheads, irreverent pun-hyper hazard makers, short-winded glue-hounding lane makers, psychosomatic bean-breathed ethic violators, dense temperamental hard-pressers, gutter-mouthing dual-faced scoundrels, and of course, haughty bureaucratic devotees. The lot of you have had more than enough time to enter your land and presumably reach your first checkpoint, depending on your specific setup. Even if you didn't, there's a terminal at the giant welcome mat you settled in on. I don't want to hear any bellyaching about it. I'll tag all of you fools directly if this drags. So I suggest you start talking. He has so many words in his little head.
He just has a lot to say.
This man has a lot to say! Demerge Quantified has reposted in Rebeating the Dead Omen Beast. I'm here. Glad to know that you're still bent on being present at Poised and Punctual. Glad that you've taken notice. You realize there's no specialty sticker for responding first, right? That's unfortunate. You're quite good at handouts, as I recall. First jab of the night! Can't even really say that I don't deserve it! Oh, don't be so drab. It's pretty much a compliment. We haven't talked one-on-one in sweeps. Can you just say hi or something normal instead? Well, if you insist on the talk being small. Hi, Arcjuk. Hi, Albion. How's the weather on your planet? Cold. Just the way I like it. How's the false messiah business coming along? Booming. As in, utterly destroyed. I'll pretend to be shocked. At least the theme of dismantling seems to be in line with my planet so far. If you can really call it that. You know, if you were one of the few who believed in my position when we were younger, because I thought it was an elaborate backstory you made for some character you played on the side. Many talks of crossovers were had. You often invited me to play that game you used to like. Which you never joined, by the way, even though I always said you would have been good at it. Unfortunately for you, I never bought that. Also, this is not our first time reconvening. We met earlier on CrossFit, I think. On what? That place you had in your weird dreams in. Big yellow moon? Maybe? I was there with you. So was Laven for a little while. That's all I remember. I don't know if it was with anyone. It was pretty much hazy. Just a bunch of bits and pieces. I remember hearing a woman speak. I, in fact, am and do that. It didn't sound like you, is the thing. Oh well. We will end up tuckered out again soon enough. Yet another super daring mystery to be solved. Speaking of mysteries, Animated Humorist has tagged Pernicious Overkill. Where were you? Pernicious Overkill. Oh,
sorry. You go.
Okay. Apologies.
You're good.
Pernicious Overkill has reposted to Rebeating the Dead Almond Beast.
Right next to you. You can use your Darkroom Gainer spheres to check if you'd like.
I mean, why weren't you in here earlier?
You gave me the play-by-play already. Because of that eager tick caught in your throat that makes you regurgitate everything you throw in the chat, always muttering, constantly.
That's not something I can just fix in a night or turn off at will.
I didn't say you should. It's just really funny.
Think you're free from bad habits. You used to light matches up with your teeth.
Used to? My arms work better for it now.
Do you leave one of your pant legs rolled up in case you need an alternative?
No, I do that because I know what fucking fashion is.
I'm not sure about that one.
You absolutely do not get to have an opinion on it, Pinky.
She's got you there. 2 hours last night, making you the centerpiece of the universe's most extravagant pity party. And this is how I'm thanked.
It was owed a goddamn pity party. That was your debt to my ludicrous stockpile of emotions, hold away for later at your discretion.
Wait, when did this happen? Before she went to your planet, we did the Moirail thing. Catharsis abound.
My Ulysses killed herself last night. We had some unfinished business to sort.
Oh, God. That's fucking awful.
Yeah, it was how my entry codes were revealed to me. I was sort of running on fumes for the grand majority of last night's proceedings.
Me as well. Even without regards to my plight. No offense, but everything leading up to now has kind of sucked. None taken, you're literally correct. This is so fucking good. I've missed them.
Mm-hmm.
Sanguine Allegory has reposted to Rebeating the Dead Almond Beast.
Hello, yes, I'm here now. I just woke up from a day's sleep in my hive and have traversed back to my planet.
Evening, my dear.
And the fresh springs pass to you, love. I do hope you're in brighter spirits after looking back on everything regarding your purpose.
Oh, you used that expression correctly. I am... marginally less angry.
Is it a large margin?
It could be, assuming you're around.
Oh. Ugh.
Barf. I had to watch the two of you scramble to make up in the last memo. Suck it up.
Get him out, beyond.
Yes! Oh my fucking god!
Oh, this is a long log.
Oh, holy shit. Insane. Okay. We got this, bud. I'm shaking your hand.
We are shaking hands.
We're
going through this.
We're gonna do this. Can we get someone else to make a daring, sudden entrance? Not that I'm overjoyed at the touching, tender, plump reunion between loving matespreads here, but this is supposed to be at least in part, a tactical regrouping effort? We're only a quarter way through the list. Anybody? No? My finger's dangerously close to tagging one of you. Who could it possibly be? Edmund Humorous has tagged Macabre Exude. You. None of the memos have even had a smidge of your color so far. And truthfully, I feel like we should know each other better. So why don't you tell me about yourself? What's your favorite movie? What's your favorite time to respond to memos? Mine is soon. God.
Sorry, that's Archuk. It's just...
Archuk is so much, and I love him.
Why did you pick him first? Why, not him. I wasn't asking you.
What part of everyone did you not get past that unreasonably thick calcium cranium of yours?
I'd prefer it if you at least leaned over and told me first.
Macabre Exude has reposted to Repeating the Dead Almond Beast.
I had every intention to make an appearance. And to succinctly answer your questions, I do not watch movies anymore, and I am very aware of who you are, because I am not an idiot. Hello, everyone. Miss Poem, there's really no need for you to sleep beside my presence. This isn't an issue for me. Don't do that. Do what exactly? You know my name! Or at least I still assume that you do. And that means... nothing. Forget about it. Not the simplest task, but if you insist. It has been quite a while since our last legitimate correspondence, though I recall them being a mite more charitable.
Fascinating. See? Plenty charitable. I'm slobbering philanthropy all over your gaudy steel-toed boots.
That's weird. I'm afraid weirder. That doesn't even break my top 12 list of object strangerisms.
Ditto. Also, really quickly here, Psionic, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Welcome.
Hello, welcome.
Hello. It appears we simultaneously progressed and regressed so far back that we've lost our flair for the hyperbolic. Vibe check?
Oh.
God damn. I got vibe checked.
You got cursed.
I was cursed. The curse has been bestowed upon me, and this is fucked up and evil. I don't deserve this, but here we are. Oh my god. Your vibe's homosexual.
True.
So true, though. Yo, holy shit, okay. The curse has been lifted. Thank you, Jesus Christ. Thanks, Diz. Oh my god. Vibe check completed. Excellent. You both really not got much up. You both never really got out much, huh? From what I can understand. And I'm not one to judge. My last 2 weeks have been painfully uneventful up to this can of drastic measures decided to spray itself all over me.
By choice. Or so I was told.
Not the point, and without room to talk. Where are you right now?
Same place just about everyone else, I would assume. My plan's name escapes me at the moment. There were more pressing issues in my mind after I was given the rundown from Wormwood.
Lovely name.
I disagree, personally. Yeah, it was sarcasm. Oh well. Pardon me.
I love a himbo.
No.
No, I know, but himbo moment.
A part of me still struggles to comprehend the utter phantasmagoria on a base level. Far from fascination, and farther still from a sense of spirituality. Yet another feels relief. And after struggling with my profession for so long, and eventually dawned on me that there were reasons for the dread that hounded me in my working hours, despite it taking so much mental energy to reach that conclusion.
So what you're telling me is that you're safe, right?
Yes, that is what I'm saying. Rogi and I both have made it into the game without any physical harm.
Great! All I needed to hear.
Wait, actually, I am curious. Osius, how did you manage to let the portal scooch in your little friend? When Ku tried to force her way in after me, it would not let her enter. I wasn't aware there were any systems in place that guard your entry gates against unwanted visitors, but I suppose it makes sense. Perhaps to recognize the blood running through his veins. Though, if that were true, any one of our guardians could stumble in as they please.
Windless Artificer has reposted to be beating the dead Omen Beast.
I got a pet theory. Literally, because my portal was nice enough to let Mud into the game with me. But here's the kicker. As far as I'm aware, Mud is the only purebred artificial Lucis we got in our ranks. Lucite reduplication is pretty different to Troy reduplication, in case you guys didn't know. We're genetically modified clone grubs. They're more like shells implanted with your blood, and a model luring system similar to what they're trying to replicate. And Rogi's basically just a shambling hunk of personified rotting meat. Maybe the portals block out what they read as living creatures, and supposed inanimate objects can come through. That makes a moderate amount of sense. Quite. By the way, Mr. Faru, while I have you on the line, due to our predicament, I have not been able to reach the mandated corporate quota. And as such, I believe that I have been let go from a position in the field. I just put you on the chopping block. Par for the course. Unfortunately, that means I'm out of work, and so are you. No more cadavers to be made. The trickle-down system's faulty magic show its age. Nobody else is as interested in peeling skin off of bones. A troubling situation. We'll simply have to remain friends in spite of welfare. Damn. Next, you'll be telling me I need to listen to you, even though I'm not getting paid for it.
Where the fuck have you been?
Looking me out in one piece. Hey there, birthday boy. How was your special night?
Birthday?
Yeah, your day of birth, which you celebrate every sweep. The other terms take too long to type. I'm conserving energy by making words up. You're a movie, people heap of garbage. You can understand my predicament.
I make up words in a concentrated effort to add a little zest to an otherwise bland plateau of a sentence. When you think about it, I'm the one doing all the conversation heavy lifting here. My back is killing me with how hard I've been shouldering this weight.
Adding to the word count with trivial enhancements does not an impactful sentence make. Instead, it only makes it sound like you're stalling an overdue paycheck.
You're just saying that because you avoid swears like the plague. Verbose bloating comes far more naturally to those who eagerly exploit common courtesy.
Is that why you're dragging this whole thing out as far as it could take you? You garner some sort of warped sense of responsibility for taking advantage of language conventions?
Yeah, and I can keep it short and sweet too sometimes. Hey, Taz?
Yes.
Fuck off!
A little fucking late for that now. So when are you going to ask me?
Ask you what?
About what I've been doing since our last chat. I want to brag.
Brag about what?
My land. It's full of water. None of you chumps could handle it. But as a neutrally aligned hydro-truther, it's kind of comforting.
Hydro-truther?
That sounds abysmal. As someone who lives right by the shoreline can tell you just how rank that comes off. I sort of lied about you not being able to handle it, though. Because you're all going to have to come through here at one point or another. This is a sort of an integral point for the events ahead.
I've been wondering about that, actually. Do we know what our ultimate goal here is?
Not especially. These tribulations were only the first stages of something far greater, I assume.
Furbish Facilitated has reposted to Repeating the Dead Omen Beast. Wow, what did you asshole sucker me into? Sucker? That's a very particular descriptor for something that didn't happen. Did you really think any of us want to be here that badly? Not sure if you noticed, but we weren't given that much of a way of options. It was either come here and play the game or turn into a burnt-stained splatter on the ground. That didn't even happen. If this stupid game needed us so bad, then why did you try to stamp us out?
Initiative, mostly. So as for a sense of false urgency? I mean, you could call it a lie, but it's less that it wasn't going to happen and more that it was unlikely to happen.
I wouldn't mind as much if this game didn't suck so bad. My planet blows up like it's a playground for grubbies. Sure, it's lifelike, but what does that matter if it isn't even fun to play?
It's lifelike because it's real. This is something that is actually happening. You do understand it's real, right?
Do you understand that I'm still literally correct, and also I don't care? Why should I be impressed that I got zapped into some alternate dimension if it's the lamest, most boring alternate dimension ever? Maybe because this is an unprecedented phenomenon, the likes of which we've never seen before, clearly orchestrated by beings far beyond our comprehension. Okay, that's cool and all, but maybe these beings shouldn't have made this planet up to my standards then, instead of making it bad and terrible.
Very interested in seeing what something that measures up to your standards look like now. Wow.
Look, they probably had like a bajillion sweeps to polish all the intricate bells and whistles, streamline the processes. But no, I got a pastel marker playland with a traffic own denizen that looks at me like I'm sort of prize. Gigantus Deliberation has reposted to Repeating the Dead Owen Beast.
Want to talk about not having your standards met?
Yes, that's exactly what I want to talk about.
Try starting at your first checkpoint. Dropped underground with minimum craft support to recoup your lost specubus, And you're stuck stupidly following, rotating past before being accosted by a goddamn boss creature. Top on top being that your arm is still broken. Sounds like a step back from the standards we were talking about earlier. But still, Wolf, did you win? No, I didn't. I'm dead now. That's too bad. Yes, of course I fucking did! Well, you can't just take it back like that. How am I supposed to know the truth now? This your go-to method of bothering folks here, bub?
It's his only method of bothering people, period.
Hey, I only do it when I know the other person's dependently receptive to my antics. And just when did you decide that? I didn't. Don't rush me. Right.
Playable decadence is reposted to Beating the Dead Omen Beast. Oh, so you guys want to talk about a busted set of standards, huh? My standards were shot all the way back into last week. They were shot so far that they plummeted back when I didn't even know I had standards about this. Brought into a game late as all I get out in the middle of my impromptu rediversary forefunded a number of lopsided conversations and yet again faced with the universe's most unwanted hive call, flung around like a rag ball as half my hive gets eaten by some bug-eyed beast, restrained and forced to watch all my important jobs get taken over by some goony lunatic with the worst dress code this side of an honor student's mandatory band recital, and then I burn a vase filled with goo before being jumped and forcibly thrown in my portal. I got Lucius snapped! And guess what was waiting for me here? Mr. Gutes and my purveyor of Goop Realm, who just started laughing in my face! I was so distraught. But eventually I just started laughing with him. We laughed and we laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed and I wound up here!
Wait, hold up. Babe, did you and your Denizen not even talk?
Well, that'd be selling it a bit short, I guess. I'm pretty sure he said a few things. I just could not focus on them for the life of me. Don't know even how much of the laughter was the arcular clot situation or more regular conversation situation, but there was some kind of mutual understanding going on. A secret consultation of special doomy minds, whatever that has to do with me. Holy shit. You got put through a solid 5 different ringers in the span of a few hours? I would be way more impressed about your abilities to stay in high spirits if I wasn't so scared about everything you just listed out. Are you good? As good as I can be considering the sheer gut blaster I went through. Oh, speaking of the saddles, I just want to say this before I forget. I know this whole Melmo was named after the Omen Beast myth, but I think they might be pretty darn real from where I'm standing. What are you talking about? Do you just say random words at the Chuckle Bunker and expect your audience to just know what you mean? I've never performed a joke at a Chuckle Bunker to begin with, but an inside joke is still a joke. Plus, it's not like I was the one who named the memo. All I'm saying is that my land is chock full of weird and descriptively similar beasts. Here is my big professional write-up of what I've got to see this place so far. It's all myth-busted creatures in an old big winding canyons. I will be sure to report back to all of you when there's more of these 2 very specific things roaming around.
It's an entire planet with its own built-in ecosystem structures and fake make-believe culture. There's bound to be more than that. Take it from the guy who spent his entire life holed up in the canyon himself. Those things sprawl for a reason.
Noted!
Not to trend on an earlier topic, but my Lucius was also killed.
Huh? Did you finally do it?
You know just about as well as anyone else that my luck is not that bountiful. It was a whole trial involving my Paragon and what's it. Long story short, some weird guy busted in and took over the entire operation and my kill. Asshole.
Yes, I was there for those proceedings. There wasn't much I could do about it, sadly. At the very least, he got you in.
Doesn't mean I'm any less pissed. Not like it was a deed done out of kindness of his freak show blood pusher. My Lucius was in his way, and he took it out.
Did you ever pay attention to his hands?
Hard to miss given what he could do with them.
Those symbols were very similar to the ones we worked with. They're all over my... well, lands is a stretch. but it's abundant here. Weird. There it is again!
Weird.
Yes! Weird!
Alright, I follow the line of thought. But, walk me through it.
What's the one thing I all warned you about? The one guy who has weird in his name and just weird and crazy acts. Is it really coincidental that all this weirdness and weird people came out of the woodwork on the one weird night where weird situations would have happened, and we are weirdly instructed to play a weird world-altering game on the date that the world was weirdly supposed to end?
If you say weird one more time, I am seriously going to lose it.
No. I'm serious. You guys talked about all those creatures suddenly coming to help you out in the last memo. And now I know that there's a weird guy on top of the weird guy that me and Albion and Soya had to deal with.
Oh no, I remember exactly who you're referring to. That long fellow who followed you around and told me where to place everything.
Hey, I really don't want to cut this short because I know you're trying to blow one of the many conspiracies we've fallen face first into out of the cola oil. But I prefer not to get sidetracked into talking about a whole separate variety package of trolls and their nefarious agendas when we still barely comprehend our own. Archek, this is important! I never ramble about important things. It's always celebrity gossip or theme park concepts or the overbearing amount of nail sizes that there are. You gotta give me a chance to explain this one. I might be the only one who knows what's really going on. I'm taking this as seriously as I can. And I'm taking you seriously. I never don't take you seriously. You're always serious, right? You told me that once. Oh, I'm still such a serious bitch. I've started down the rubber cluck buck so hard that now they make deflated squeak eyes and contact alone. I could make a rock shit out granulates they clench so hard from my stern tension. Right. So keep those lips pursed and stoic for a while longer. You got it, boss. For now. Utterly amazing. How does she do it? I miss Sir Pays so much as well. I get it. I simply love. Ugh. Ah! I scream. I scream at all these children. Let's see who's next. You know what? Let's just go ahead and make it a ping pair. Hey Soa, you like couplets, don't you? That's one of the things you like in doing your free time.
Well, my poetry's often free-form and doesn't really follow conventional patterns. But I do so love a properly crafted rhyme. I didn't know you dabbled.
I've had one on the tip of my carbo loader for a while. Tell me if you think this one's a little bit too off base. Lo, behold, the date of the off-kilter spring. A righteous sound that was indeed brewing. Damn! Someone doesn't want Elsie to be read. Fucked up. Animated Humorist has tagged Accessories X Oracle. Tell me where you are and what you're doing. Accessories Oracle has reposted to Rebeating the Dead Omen Beast.
I don't think anybody needs to tell you that was terrible. You're enough of a grown-up to recognize when that's the case now. I don't know, I thought it was good.
Outvoted. Democracy, remember? Oh wait, you don't, because you weren't here for that part, which explains why I had to ping you.
Your politicking has no effect on me. I'm outside of its range.
Politics is an all-encompassing dingus. There's no escaping its area of effect.
Then I'm morally ambivalent and have no interest in utilizing my position. Now let's not be too hasty. I vote in favor of hearing your whereabouts. Well, you have a bunch of messages from me that you can catch up on. They will tell you all about that very subject. That's what I've been doing since I got here, and also why I didn't hop on sooner. Thank you so much for everything, by the way. Of course. I don't have much to report that you wouldn't already have the gist of, Archek, given that you were there for literally all of it. I was up for a long time busy with the most harrowing portal activation quest ever! So I wrapped that up and promptly got myself horizontal. Was so exhausted I flopped face first into a bunch of snow. We could finally call it even for the whole falling down mud mishap. I'm still all cold and wet.
I'll consider it potentially on par because you got that collateral. I still don't know how I got clean after that. Do I sleepwalk so hard that I know how to routinely sanitize myself? Well, I guess I draw and do know what else, so it's not too different. Here's even more mysteries, perhaps never to be solved. Here's a mystery. Where's that Funko you owe me? We were supposed to trade it and you back down. We'll get into that privately. Your area of residency is a huge issue when it comes to drone delivery. Did you know that? A likely story. Fair enough.
Yo, hold up. You have snow on your land? A bit, yeah. Since you fell asleep on it, that means you'll like it. Henceforth, we are Hydro homies. Technically, I guess? Whatever makes you happy, Laven. I'm already there.
Elsie, do you know if we actually did it?
Did what?
It!
Oh, Rapiton, right?
The planet that we worked tirelessly to drag in here with us, even though it doesn't deserve a shred of our effort? Yeah, I say that's pretty worthy of an it.
I couldn't tell you for certain. I was up and out there before I made the jump.
I can attest from my location as it oversees the medium perimeter. Rapiton has entered. In fact, it's the centerpiece of our newly aligned planets. I'm assuming that since the portals tie us back to it, that means it's to act sort of as a hub.
Are you telling me that you actually moved an entire planet into this place? And not just any planet, but a vile shithole teeming with corrosive toxins, cults of personality, and atmosphere-destroying neon logos that actively displaces population? It's dead weight. That's not true. What would you call that hunk of junk, then? The planet itself is not awful. It's all the festering leeches and parasites tumbling around inside it. Speaking of...
Grandiose saturation has reposted in rebeating the dead omen beast.
It appears as though we share similar sentiments in that regard, then.
Calder.
Arcjack. I'd say that it's been quite some time if this particular situation hadn't already come to pass.
More like in passing, and only a few crumbs of context of a situation I still don't understand much about.
I'm sure Elsie can relate to you anything that you require. Or perhaps Turkin would be willing to mix you a putrid word soup of his own volition. Assuming that he's still not cowering away from the consequences of being rightfully called out on his behavior.
No, man, I'm not looking for secondhand retellings. That's not what this memo is for. I don't need to know about whatever you and Elsie's got up to in the background. That's between you and her, none of my business. I want to hear from you. You sound different now? Feels like I don't know who I'm talking to.
With whatever due respect you feel you're owed, this is not the same venue for you to question my character. You said yourself you don't want to stray from the objective, no? I'm here to do as was requested of me. My most pressing questions have already been answered. I've entered. My land is near excruciatingly tenebrous and overlaid with a substance akin to tar, and I too know the Rapiton has come with us because it is currently eating itself alive.
So, are you gonna elaborate, or what?
If you can muster enough patience to listen instead of immediately interrupting me.
I bet you're still super fun at parties.
This is a zero-sum endeavor. I would suggest simply not pursuing it. Just as I won't. Now, we do still have access to Reptonian internet systems, be it through some sort of spatial anomaly or our planet giving up a strong enough signal. I couldn't tell you. Social media has been abuzz non-stop since they joined us within the medium. Any sudden cataclysmic event spanning the entire world, and then some would spark that at the bare minimum. It's what comes after that is so damning. Though all media outlets cut themselves off before much evidence could be recorded and most posts have been moderated, the witness events are clear. Corporate CEOs supposedly passed from sudden organ failure in response to the planetary shift. In the following hours, where his known heir apparent was to take his place, a bona fide coup d'etat was carried out. This is under the name of an individual who claims to be the true successor to the role. Joined by him were several members of religiously aligned cults, namely, the Harbingers of the Apocalypse and the Mythomaniacs. They performatively slaughtered thousands of trolls and brought the main infrastructure sectors of Stronghold 21 to a pile of rubble. There was no fucking way. There is no fucking way they actually went through it! I'm afraid there is. Every functioning for the Mirthmaniac filler channel is a plot with anti-warm blood rhetoric and declarations of war, which is exactly the purpose it was meant to serve. I'm surprised you didn't know about it. Are you not their prize-winning pupil, as I'm led to believe? I am not like them. I don't even stay on Mirth's soil anymore. I earned the right to come and go as I please, and my assignments are either brought to my hive or over and done with the ring. There were some rumors about horrorcore demons and mutually beneficial agreements, but these sick fucks adore spouting delusional shit to get into Hogan's good graces. All I intend to create is a glorified billboard. Do you think I enjoy it? Because if I had any skin in their freak game at all, I assure you I wouldn't be here. I never claimed anything of the sort. The only thing I said was that you have a known association to a group of radical terrorists, and that you're notably still in their ranks. It's prudent to the others to know who we have here, for the good of the team.
You slimy little prick. You've got some nerve. I have absolutely no qualms about banning you if you keep this up. This is not your overzealous safe space that you use when you're out of real conversations, and I'm not one of your misguided little soldiers coming to pat you on the back.
I don't need you guys defending me.
I'm not defending you. I'm just telling an old friend of mine that he's got a warped way of thinking and needs to knock the fuck off.
Yeah, Calder. Let's not start slipping back into old habits. I suppose you're not interested in hearing the rest of my account then? You said yourself that you have internet access here. We can always look it up ourselves and find the mod dodgers, can't we? Not quite. I'm using a particular method to give you all equally particular information. One of my followers is a data scrubber. He keeps tabs on tapped devices, usually by offering them sudden bouts of charity work. The highest profile target being none other than Turden Kai.
No, way.
Indeed, way. I'll prove it.
Grandiose Saturation has sent kaikaiinfo.cmap to the folder. Is this an actual? Yeah, okay. That's the flash. Okay.
Yep. We have filler screenshots from before the ceremony, which confirm the use of the very same wispy black monstrosities that aided us in our entry process. By the way, you made quite the stir in there tonight, didn't you, Elsie? Seemed to be a chain reaction, starting with you and Arctic selling down the main square.
Watch it.
We also have audio picked up from the device, as it is being used during the ordeal. All phones and tablets are consistently monitored by corporate, so there's plenty to use. For example, several sources claim sighting of alchemic arts, including what seemed to be a specialized task force of alchemists. This has not, however, been conclusively proven, thanks to the rampant moderation. Using the Kai recording, not only were we able to prove it as factual, but also get the name of the individual who started it all.
Hang on. I need to do something before the big reveal. Enemy the Humorous is tagged Unclaps Kahuna. You're gonna have to talk sooner or later. Might as well be now. Okay, go ahead.
Edelon Vreich.
I called it!
Edelon? As in, the Edelon? You know who he's talking about?
Know him? She's been terrorizing me for sweeps!
I only know what Serp told me. And from what she's told me, no offense, but I would put a bullet in his head.
None taken! Edelon is the absolute worst, and if he's up against us, then he's got even more agenda than he had before.
Meaning?
When I was younger, I wound up accepting an offer from him on behalf of Weird Al. Biggest mistake in my life. But as a young and impressionable fan, I'm stoked, and I was hyped, and elated, and every other excited to him in the book. They even gave me an accordion to note that I was a super duper official member, but little did I know what I got wrapped into. Eventually, him and some other goons I can't remember the names of started contacting me all the time, asking a bunch of strange questions I didn't have the answers to. When I looked into them a little bit more, witnessed Al's gradual shift into lunacy, I decided that maybe, just maybe, dealing with these folks for much longer would not make me the tightest screw in the square peg. But they just keep coming! Wondering when I was gonna come back and join their ranks, yada yada yada. It all came to head tonight when Ed, a loser, tricked me into letting him into my hive and a bunch of other stuff that I already described. Albion and Sylvia met him. They know what I'm talking about. The displeasure still courses through me like the beat of a tepid drum.
I think Albion had far more of a legitimate run-in with him than me. I was only given instructions, nothing more, but it was very odd. I could hardly question it given what was at stake at the time.
I did not know of him, but he certainly seems more than aware than all of us. It makes sense that this ties back to him and his mentor. Actually, it's the only thing that makes sense. Oh, hate that. I don't.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I just don't like seeing.
It is a lot.
I don't like seeing Senru's dead fucking body. Oof.
Yeah, it's kind of grotesque.
This fucking thing.
The Senru is dead. Correct.
Good.
Thus, it stands to reason that both cults have something to gain for bringing us this far. If we were of no use to them or impediment to their progress, we could have easily been disposed of.
What do we have that they don't? Mental illnesses.
Yeah, I was going to ask the same thing. We're just some trolls, same as everyone else wrapped up in this nonsense.
I honestly don't know how true that statement is. And I'm not just talking about myself or joking anymore. If there's anything I've learned over the past night, it's that all of this spans farther than any of us can imagine.
Well, the only difference between us and them is that we were told we have some flimsy fate mandated worth. We're special somebodies chosen by cosmic balance or whatever. Sounds like a load of nothing to me. Hell, why us in general? What checklist did we tick off all the boxes? What we need to do is stop theorizing about the parts we can't control and start thinking about what we can do. Do we know anything about what they were doing and how to stop it?
Actually, I do know one thing. It was pretty off the cuff, but Airline did mention that I can only assume is their ultimate goal. Acquire souls to become the... God, what was it called? I mean, what's the thing you said when you needed to turn in order to save Repeton or whatever the story was? The pure oneself. Yes! That's the one! But it's impossible to reach that point now. You'd have to merge with all the other 12 souls of the Star Children. Souls which no longer exist on this plane.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at Sestro typing. I steal my wife's hand after almost killing the heir. Real, live footage. Sestro is a loser.
God! Not clickbait!
Almost died! Hold a moment. Weren't you the 12th? And did something happen to Star Guardian?
A lot happened. I probably should have told you outright. But to summarize, I was never the designated 12th star child. My ancestor was. And she bestowed her power onto me. Being the pure oneself was always an unattainable goal out of my reach. A lie to make me complacent and willing to follow enforced structures. My Star Guardian was her caretaker first and a willing pawn. They have now receded back into the collective unconsciousness. What this does make me recognize, however, is that during my injury, Edelon coaxed me into finding a way back to the cell. The cell? What's that? For my whole life, I thought it was just the inside of my head. A space that I thought I could shift and tamper as I pleased. It's how I found my entry codes. Something I assumed my ancestors left for me. But it did not belong to me, and I doubt it ever did. It belongs here.
The cell is something that exists here?
Yes. It might not be apparent to the rest of you, but it unmistakable?
Unmistakable.
Unmistakable. Jesus, thank you. But it's unmistakable for me. It is what currently encompasses our planet. I do not know what that means right now, but the fact that Edelon knows of it, even on a conceptual level, perturbs me. Really quickly, Raspberry, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome.
Yeah. Welcome.
Animated Humorist has tagged Unclapped Kahuna. Not sure you're seeing this wonderfully productive conversation going on here, but it sure would be dandy if one other person who actively knows about the development of this game came here to explain it themselves. Maybe just spare an insight increment. Actually, I think you owe us that, given all the shit you've pulled. Also, by the way, thank you, Spring Traps, for the fucking follow. I don't know why I said for the fucking follow. I guess your follow is the fucking ever, huh?
Incredible.
Thank you, though. Yeah, it seems kind of like it is and kind of like it's not. It's, I don't know. Talad, clueless.
I love Talal's face there.
Talad's face is very good. I like both of their faces. It's very funny.
Their dynamic is just so good.
It is. Anyways, what I'm getting from this is that we've been set up by a bunch of reigning lunatics for their own personal gain in tandem with all of our other particular problems. And that this has been a long since expected for reasons unknown. Potentially be exploited so that the aforementioned raving lunatics can become the new Allmother something. Or simply a god, if not the god. Because of this fact, not only are we going to have to deal with our dirty work, but also potentially save our entire planet from another bout of other destruction that isn't the one we just stopped from happening. I think my eyes have gone cross-eyed. I think I've gone cross-eyed.
In another oddly well-coordinated moment of word association, but I do have a posit if Repeton is worth being saved. Osius, was your entire goal to help Repetonians once again live longer and aid in rebuilding a better society for all of us? I would be more shocked if I hadn't just read him come to this conclusion in another chat. Does that mean all the work we did together was for nothing? No, it did matter immensely. So much so that I broken down in a panic at the idea of being forced away from it. It's exactly because of my work that I have to think about this. Because even with the most powerful substance known to trollkind snapped out of my haze, I realized that maybe this isn't enough to rebuild what was lost. I went about it all wrong. You cannot just build a hive atop of a rotting foundation because it will just crumble all over again. Representing as a hive to good people. Even some of its worst hold a measure of goodness deep within themselves, but it's because they persist on living under Repetonian bylaws and structures that their full potential cannot be met and remain stagnant. Maybe this is the reason it needs to be taken into the game. These individuals, whoever they may be, do not want to see us innovate, but rather make a fresh start for everyone. We're not to find a way to bring one's dead back to life, but to bring life itself back.
I'm not even gonna joke about this, because I can see it means a lot to you, and I'm not one to kick a man who spent so long being down. That's probably the best. Oh, hang on, give me 1 second, please.
Yeah, of course. Mute yourself. Alright, so how is everyone doing? How's everyone enjoying this log where all of the main cast are talking? Hi, Aster. No! How could you?
I can't believe it. You lost the game.
Fuck you.
Yeah, that was just that was my mom calling. She said that there's cake ready for me when I come downstairs. So
nice.
big pogs in chat for cake.
Big pojers.
Big
Yes, I miss
pojers.
my partner very much.
Jesus Christ.
I miss both the principal and Heather, yes.
Oh my god. That's not my beautiful wife. That's not my I'm losing my mind what the rest of the song is. It's fine.
It's okay.
Yes. That is probably the best outlook we can really have as far as this entire situation is concerned. And if it really is going to be that simple, I think that's just plain awesome. But above all, I think that our best strategy here is to stay in our own lane for as long as that's possible.
We can't ignore what's going on over there forever, though.
I know. The reason I say this is because we need time to situate ourselves and look into not only the Rebaton situation, but also what we need to do here. If it's true that all the game nonsense is meant to aid in our ultimate growth, or whatever the hell that could very well lead us to what we need to help out over there. Oh, then whatever the hell it could very well lead us to what we need to help out there too. We've been all thinking about this very realistically, trying to sort out some infinite amount of puzzle pieces. But this isn't a slow burn puzzle, this is a game. When it comes to games, you have to do shit in order to finally progress. Finally, someone who speaks my language. I would like to propose the motion that for the time being, we only travel back to Rebaton for necessary rest and our supplies. If we're gonna figure out what's going on out there, we need to figure out what's going on in here first. Now, this is a new concept I'm putting in place for democracy. In this system, the majority vote is what wins out. If there is no majority, we try a compromise, but the chances are that that would never happen with any legitimacy in an actual government-wide implementation. Let's just do it anyways and see what happens. All in favor, say aye.
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 Elsie, your vote?
I don't practice democracy, remember? It's against my belief system.
If I gave you a sticker, would that make you reconsider?
Aye.
You said that there were no stickers. I'll splurge on later on. I'm lying, of course. Boo. Calder.
At this point, even if I voted against the motion, I would still lose.
Yeah, so vote for it.
Aye.
The ayes have it! I would congratulate myself on becoming the politician if it wasn't such a pitiful, morally bankrupt profession.
I'll be taking my leave.
Grandiose saturation is withdrawn from rebeating the dead omen beast. Great. Now enough to add him later again. Enemy humorist tagged Unclaps Kahuna. Hey! Asshole! Guess who just lost their voting rights because they appropriately can't be asked to face their own actions? Maybe you should just take democracy more seriously? Or maybe you should, do the right thing and fucking apologize. Apologies for the... Which, when, what now?
Don't you start pulling the flabbergasting card out of nowhere again. There's no way we're letting that what happened last time slip by without a word. Either talk like a real person or don't talk at all.
Frame job.
Murat, come on. Drop it for once.
Was hacked! CPU got none of these diseases and poison. I'm peeved.
Wow, no words. I'm sure you guys expect me to know what to do here, but I really just don't anymore.
This is just sad. I feel like I'm watching the facsimile of a person trying to parody and pay homage to themselves, but not knowing how to do that really do either. If this was the high effort we've come to expect, I'd almost respect it. This is awful. Calder acts like the most pointy bulge in the pheromone factory, but at least when he's being annoying, something vaguely useful still has a chance to follow. What are you offering us right now, Murret? Right now? I'm getting too deep in some predicaments that cannot be disclosed at this time. Maybe ask my managers. They're more rooted towards the business end of Spectrum. This work is only doable by me and for me. Precision reflexes and the finger strength reminds me of a famous quote from a critically acclaimed author. Later, fuckulates. Fuckulatas. Unclaps Kuna has banned himself from beating the dead Oma Beast. I hate when they do that.
Fail wife. Murder's the fail wife ever.
So true. Yo, we got Kohi in chat. Holy shit.
Hello, Kohi.
Hey, Kohi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Glad you're doing good.
Yeah, glad you're doing good. Excellent.
When you can stay them.
It's the platypus. Oh, it's Thanos. This is Thanos, right?
Thanos.
Yeah, it's Thanos, right? Jesus Christ.
Alright, so I remember when me and Heather were reading through this section with their friends, I gave this platypus the stupidest fucking voice.
Oh, I'm excited to hear this.
Oh god. Thanos. Fuck. Do I go stupid or just... Actually, no, I'm gonna go fucking stupid.
Go Fair Isle!
This planet was beautiful once! My car thrived expecting your arrival, Creator! Oh god, now I'm, like, speaking Southern. Blissfully unaware of what we could lose with your guidance. Or should I say, the endless amount of possibilities. It was your misjudgment that brought this place to its dismal state. A price paid by us and not by you. Time is not an aspect so easily trifled with, nor quantified, and yet our resources are finite. As the great Gushin has rightfully told you, the past is absolute, unwavering, and unable to change. This damage is a permanent blight. It would be easy to assert simple hindsight and live in contempt and squalor as we have been, but instead, we're going to offer you an opportunity to learn. We salvage that high-end resources remain from our reserves. It should be enough for you to craft a device suitable to spectate all that occur within these lingering phantoms of our world. Discover a manner of undoing the damage you caused, and all will be forgiven. Or you stay here, and we have your head. I assume you have a preference?
Yeah. Murd, recontextualize. Just give me what I need to take my motherfucking gear with. Oh my god.
Sincerest apologies to anyone who had to deal with T. Hanos' voice.
I think that was a great Tihanos voice. I think that's the canonical Tihanos voice, actually.
Austin, if you're listening to this, I am sorry. I cannot give a good Thanos impression even if I tried. No!
Thanos Cartman voice, why? Oh my fucking god. Also, now this explains his outfit. Okay. So I have Vast Arrow merch. I have both the TV stand and I also have the Murret keychain, and it's the current Murret design, which I did not know was a thing.
Yeah. The new shirt is looking very slick.
I do
love
like
the color palette.
It's very good. Hours earlier, at the end of their plight, the Mage of Life starts a quest long since planned for them. Or rather, land of vigor and tundra. She will, after she gets her much-needed rest. Snow is not a natural phenomenon Bretonians look fondly upon, given their keen aversion to its liquid form. But when she's this tired, any surface will do.
Flop.
Just the plopping into the... Oh my god.
Oh yeah, same master. Elsie's land is fucking beautiful.
Oh, this is pretty gorgeous, yes. She was taught not to be picky, after all. At one point, however, she was. Back when she didn't have to run. Because no one other than trusted friends knew where to look for her. That is something only she seems aware of now. Something only she seems to want to seek out again. The way back home is the same as always. As they stand at the end of it, it remains, ultimately, unreachable. An ephemeral memory that she chases. Each night spent far away drags it further from her grasp. You want to go back in. You miss having everything you've ever wanted so close to you. Oh, it's the same house.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. When the executive brought up that there was housing for both of them, I didn't think it was the same house. Oh, that explains a lot. Holy shit.
Esther, I had to pick this song in specific. I'm so sorry. The song is called Remember, but like as a question.
Got it. You miss having everything you've ever wanted so close to you. Why does he still not remember? When did you become so easy to forget? Looking back on those days, you are certain you had the best times of your life when you were together. I'm gonna weep.
Yeah. Oh.
Austin, I fucking agree. Pure fucking agony right now. Oh. Arjek and Elsie, get down with your elation.
They're having fun.
They're having fun. Okay, that was fun. But I think we need to do something else now. Before one of us busts our heads open.
Mm-hmm. Well, I wouldn't be the one doing that, but what do you want to do?
I'm hungry.
You should learn how to make food, you know. Cooking is pretty fun, too.
Make food like what?
I don't know. Anything. Ayla showed me all the best shrubs and trees in the forest a few nights ago. I scratched up a bunch of quality stuff right outside and made this awesome flowerberry bowl.
That sounds like it could be way more awesome. Natural fruits are gross. They taste like chemicals. Ugh.
You think the real deal tastes like chemicals, but eat the weirdo artificial flavoring that's full of actual chemicals?
They're better tasting chemicals. Plus, I heard that if you eat too many, it makes your stomach acid so strong that it burns to your flesh.
Only lemons and a ton of citrus does that, dummy.
Okay, but I do plenty scrounging of my own. You guys get your foodstuffs the old-fashioned way, but I'm the one who does the little heavy lifting. Seriously, those bags from the supermarket can get pretty heavy when you're not paying extra for the long-distance drone. Those groceries are for you too, though. You're more than welcome to be the third legional pioneer with me and Layman if you're going to complain so much.
Pain is forever and endless, I get it now.
Oh god, understandable.
Ew, no way. My insides are organic sugar only. I don't want any gross plaques clogging up my precious veins. You'd eat them all anyways.
And you not joining us makes it easier for me, so thank you for that. I think your new look is coming in nice, by the way.
Really?
Yeah! It emphasizes your Elsiness. You can even do that ponytail now and everything. I look at you and I'm like, wow, that's Elsie!
Aww. Trans femme Elsie. Trans femme Elsie.
Yeah! Yeah! Not that I didn't with all your other looks or anything, but you know what I mean. You just seem happier.
No, I agree. I think this is peak Elsie. It took a while to find something that felt like me, but yeah, I like this a lot. I think I'm going to keep it.
Cool!
Oh, wait. Did you have any plans tonight?
Huh?
You were going to go to the movies with Taz, Laven, and Calder to see the new superhero flick, right? Avengers something or another?
Adventures Resynchronized. It's another soft reboot kind of deal. I know I've already talked to your Arcular Clots off about it, but I'm super excited to see how they get the Iron Man out of the collective unconscious again and into the Fortress of Solitude.
But isn't it opening night?
Yeah!
So, when are you going?
We aren't. They canceled.
What? All of them? Aw, man, you've been so excited about this for the past blink.
Well, Taz said she's some business to take care of, Laven is sick and wanted to stay in, and Calder forgot that his Moira needed him for something. Which is kind of weird, you know, because they live together. But whatever, it happens. We'll reschedule and try again soon. There's tons of articles and reviews and little bits of footage, new footage they keep drop in the trailers they drop. It's an hourly thing. I've always got new stuff to look at. Trolls who get into the writer's room always find the way to leak out new info. Not that I'm part of the whole spoiler crowd.
Don't you think it's a little strange that sometimes Taz just has sudden business on important days? She never tells us what it is.
I guess? But she always lets me know when she's gonna be late or when she can't be around. So I don't worry about it too much. I trust her.
Knowing about Taz's backstory is
Yeah, I know. I was thinking to myself, is this pre or post? And it's definitely pre.
I'd love to come with, you know? If you weren't the only one they ever let go that far. I'm not the biggest fan of those movies, but at least then you wouldn't have to miss out on it.
I won't miss out. I'll just see it later. Hey, are you okay?
It's just so dumb that you can go to the stronghold when I'm stuck inside.
If it makes you feel better, Ari always gives me the hugest of stink eyes whenever I tell him going there for any reason. But it doesn't suck that they only let you visit. But it does suck that they only let you visit places where they know there's not to be a lot of other people. I know it's for training or something, but when you eventually have to go. But maybe whenever we get around to the movies, I can find a way to sneak you in?
No, don't. They always know where I am. If they figure out I went out that far without asking, we'll both be grounded.
Yeah, you're probably right. Shoot, that light's not supposed to go there. Oh hell.
Hey, art check?
Yeah. Well, what's up?
How can you do that?
What? Draw? I mean, it's pretty easy. I just put an image in the matter platter and kind of tried my best to copy that on paper before moving to the computer. I can teach you if you want.
Thanks, but that's not what I meant. I'm trying to ask how you're always so okay with everything.
Is this still about the movie?
No, it's about all of you. How are you always so comfortable with everything, even when it sucks? It's so strange to me. I don't get it.
I don't think I have an answer for something like that. I'm just like this because I'm me. You're just like you because you're you. And it's okay for you to be you.
I really wish I could be more like you, though.
What? Why?
Because you're the one who always gets to go out and do things. You're the one who makes all of these friends. You go out and have fun and have a bunch of cool life experiences.
But you have friends too. We share them. We have the same friends, Elsie.
They're not really my friends. They're yours. The ones that meant me only hang out because I live with you. And the ones that haven't only know who I am because you tell them about me. Taz and Laven don't come here for me. They're always over because you guys want to play those really long acronym games you have, or because you got tickets or something. Tickets to something. Everyone likes you, and you always like them back even when it's not going good. Nobody does that for me.
That's not true. Elsie, you're one of the greatest people I know.
Archek, you don't count.
Why not?
Because you're supposed to tell me this stuff.
I'm saying it because I believe it. I really do think that Miss Elsie Rains is super cool, smart, funny, and resourceful. And you got the style, and you know how to do so many things I can't. It's useful things. I can't cook or make a tent, or I'd never be able to find my way around without a phone or a map like you do, with landmarks and stuff. You're super talented, too. I can't make fire or flowers appear out of thin air. I can't make costumes or dance half as good as you can.
It's because you just make stuff up instead of actually learning any dance moves.
Exactly. I don't have enough attention span to do that. You can do so many things that I never will, and you'll learn even more and amaze everyone with it when we're older. And even if some really stupid reason isn't true, that everyone forgets how amazing you are, I won't.
You promise?
Of course I do. Besides, we're what's that weird word you use all the time? A f... A f... A
A family? Is that what you're going for?
Yeah, we're one of those! Which means that you will have to listen to me no matter what.
Even though I'm older?
By a few minutes.
Still older.
Hey, I'm not done being nice to you yet. Don't get me sidetracked.
Okay, Archek. What else do you have to say?
Not much. That just that you're one of my best friends. And I'm here for you.
No matter what?
No matter what. Hey, I need a moment.
The pain is unbearable. Who wrote this? Ostinato.
Okay, I've had my pillow screaming moment. I don't know that if you could hear that.
I heard it. I heard it.
Good.
Yeah, you're feeling it. You're going through it.
I'm going through the motions. I'm going through the feelings. Oh my god. Lingering in memories is not very constructive, Elsie. I would know best. When was the last time we met face to face? Do you remember? I'm not quite sure of, well, many things. Not anymore. Oh, goodbye, Bonnie. Take care. Have a good evening.
Bye.
But I'm glad you're here. Let's talk. Hi, Bonehilda. Oh my god. Yes, Peepaw, but the good one, I agree. The correct Peepaw. Is that a can of beans?
I believe those are just cookies.
Are those cookies?
They from horizontally, yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait, you're referring to what Bonehilda has in her hand. I don't know. It's
Oh,
probably
yes.
sausage.
Tiny sausages. Oh, tuna. Okay. She's holding tuna. Got it. No, those are beans. I'm being told by word of God that it's tuna. You never answered my question. Do you remember who I am? No. I don't suppose that you would.
I'm so sorry.
I assure you it's quite alright.
No, it isn't. I just knocked your arm off.
It happens on occasion.
Wait, really?
Just as much as anything else.
Can I just kind of, sort of...
Really, there's no need.
I promise you that I can.
Well then. I'll wait, if you insist.
I've just got to attach the... I can't do it.
Like I said, it's quite alright. I can't either. I have no intention of saddling you with my personal woes. No more than strictly necessary, but in truth, this couldn't have come at a worse time. At no fault of your own, mind. We'll both have to settle for less than what we've bargained for, I suppose. I have so much energy to keep everything held together, myself included.
You asked if I still remember you, right? I know we sort of answered that already, but just to make sure it's crystal clear, I really don't. I have no idea who you are or what any of this is. So, who are you?
Isn't that always the question?
It is?
When you've dedicated yourself to overseeing introductions, yes. Carefully cultivating the expansion of what is already known as become a habitat, in service of deeper understanding. The problem being that you were supposed to have already understand, and you don't.
Yes. Understand what?
Apologies. We should address this one question at a time. I have a bad habit of losing myself in the minutiae as it stands. My name, stated yet again for your convenience, is White Noise. I'm a progeny spawned of the Great Divide, the one true homunculus, eldest brother and figurehead to all the denizens born of the primordial concept, the powers that be, the ambiguous record keeper, the scribe of the solitary universe.
Is White Noise your real name?
No, merely a pseudonym. All credible sources use them, I've heard.
And you're a credible source?
I used to be. Once. That is what I've led myself to believe in any case.
Why don't you believe it anymore? You're not inspiring a lot of confidence here.
The work I've done has been compromised. But exactly how long I do not know. My duties lie in caretaking of your barren cosmos and exposition in service to an audience. This audience resides within all bounds to mortal by soul. They are an active participant in what is being done here.
Okay. Will your, audience know that this is happening?
Only because I am the one relaying it. Or at least that would be my assumption. As stated, I don't believe I have the right to claim much of anything.
Huh. Do you think we're being watched right now?
We are always being watched. It is not a matter of if. It is a matter of by whom.
Okay, real quick, I'm going to be walking Bunny. You can take over from here.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk her.
Sounds good. Okay. Hey, what's up, gamers? It's me. Solo mission time. It's like a Berenstain situation. I feel like I'm missing a context here, actually. Oh, is it about the tuna beans? Okay. I'm gonna assume that it is. Oh, man. Okay, actually, real talk here. God. Good fucking panel. Good fucking panel. This was out of Kansas? Okay, fair. And I've found that certain voyeurs are able to dictate the flow of information, what is seen or not, to dictate truth in the visualization of events. There's a certain developments. There's a way certain developments and processes are meant to be seen. A way that stories should be told, with clarity, conviction, and vision. If these interlopers control such a thing, they can sow intentional dissonance. Endless mazes of shifting perception instead of clear, colored lines. I fear that that's where we are at now. Whoa, okay. This is a lot of very esoteric information that you have just kind of throwing at me, Mr. Noyce. How do I even know that you're not a who has ulterior motives? I'd like to think that I have your best interests at heart. You're simply going to have to trust me, I'm afraid. Did you just use my own words against me? It's known as a callback. I'm fond of them. Does that help in assuring you that I'm not a liar? Hey, I barely just met you. Oh, but you haven't. We've known each other for a long time. Because you... watched me? In part, yes. Ultimately, I've been made to watch everything of importance. Does that mean that we're really as important as we've been told? You're here, are you not? I don't think that people who are unimportant get to have conversations like this. Which isn't to impose a lack of value on the lives of those others than the group in your group of friends. I feel the need to stress that your importance does not stem from any arbitrary metric that I put in place. The importance you all share is by necessity, not virtue. Ideally, none of this would have ever happened to begin with. It should have been resolved long ago, before the picture ever set its preordained sights on you. But you are all here now. The damage has been done. And so, it is my duty to ensure the casualties of such conflicts are as minor as possible.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Second to last Elsie line is where we're at right now. On page 1765.
Right. How's that worked out so far?
Let's move on.
Move on to where exactly? There's nothing here.
On the contrary, everything is here.
And actually, that's another question. Where are we right now? There's no ground or sky or... I might go cross-eyed if I think about it too much.
This is called the static.
Does it always have the same amount of booming emphasis every time you say it?
I found it a helpful routine when it comes to remembering points of interest.
So does the static... So what does the static do exactly? Beyond just kind of fizzling around everywhere.
It is a part of me, the pinnacle of my abilities as a guardian of existence. You see no end to it because there isn't one. The static outreaches your comprehensive infinity.
You're just saying it like that on purpose now.
Perceptive as always, Miss Rains.
Can you at least tell me where it is?
For now, for you, nowhere. It supersedes and envelops everything past the limits of your universe. No physical form can take hold here. It is untouchable by the hands of mortals.
Then how the heck am I standing here right now?
You're dreaming. I was able to bring in a projection of your consciousness because we have certain ties to one another. It will work to the same way when you dream elsewhere later on. The two of us stand at a crossroads between extant and incomprehensible, by my design. A barricade against unfathomable horror.
Sounds like you've been doing this for a long time. Little baby leaving.
Ah, okay. Baby Laven, baby Murret?
Yep, Murray.
Yeah, that's Murret, yes. And then Albion's
The
ancestor.
Exemplar. Yep.
There is no time here. I do not experience the scope of the universe in a linear fashion. We cohabitate in what I know as the hypothetical.
Wow, fancy. Did you just make that up?
Technically, yes, but also eons prior. The hypothetical is a state of equilibrium where all past, present, and potential future events take place and end simultaneously. Those within the confines of a material realm are incapable of processing it. I can hardly manage as it stands. My form simply awaits at a constant end. The method of getting there is my choice, but the outcome remains the same across variants. Even a being as such as myself has an expiration date, and regardless of speed, it is always near. That's why I've done everything I can to ensure that your world's prepared to deal with the consequences of an 11th hour effort.
I used to circle a lot about that being the case, but I never really got the context for what she meant. A lot of the pages in the book she left me were ripped out. Did you ever talk to her? She made it sound like she was in contact with a higher power, or at least knew of it.
She had all the right reasons to believe. Your planet is closely attuned with the true fabric of existence. Others before it were far more ignorant. They created their own mythoi to toy with. I saw to it that your species was made aware of concepts that would aid you in your understanding of what's to come, at a price. To that end, I've spoken with several of your ancestors, your friends as well. An imperative measure, as I viewed it. Insurance in case the unforeseen circumstances led to problems right out of the gate.
I have a feeling that things went wrong.
As they do. Failure is a close friend. I've come to expect it before anything else, and that is what I've told them to anticipate as well. It's more than plain paranoia. It's interference.
Inference.
Oh, inference. It's inference.
There's no T.
Hang on. I think stream died. Yep.
Yep. Oh. Ah, I see, okay. OBS, that was not the time.
I'm shaking. I don't think this was OBS. I think this was, well, maybe it is, but I'm shaking. I am shaking it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. Okay. Attempt 1 failed.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh. Please, please, please come back. There we go. Hello. We are
back.
We are back. Okay. Oh, thank you for the blessing, Dracoff.
The funny thing is that, like, as soon as Dracoth did the bless on my end, the stream just came back.
Good. Good. That's the power of Ralsei, baby.
Yeah. Yippee!
Yippee! It's inference. And I've inferred that something is amiss. Oh, I don't like that pupilless arc check. Oh, it's not pupilless, okay. I don't think, is it?
It is ridiculous.
Okay, alright.
I know this because I drew this.
Ah, got it. I'd like to pose a question of my own, to see if my mind remains right, and I still have an inkling of my prior associations. You do recognize who this is to you, correct?
Arc check? Wait, is he here? Did you bring him here?
No. Remember what I just spoke of. This is happening concurrently, but it is only a vision. A moment of an attempted contact. I've brought him here before, but at present, it is only us.
Right.
The dream you were having before was a memory, shared between the two of you. Do you have recollection of that happening in your youth?
Yeah, vividly. He's a part of my family.
So you do remember him, but he doesn't remember you. You had to reintroduce yourself to him through alternative means.
After a 6 sleep wriggling day, our Lucis took me on this really long excursion to practice self-sufficiency. I had to leave our hive. They found a replacement Lucis in the wild to take care of him while we were away, and I couldn't keep in close contact with him. I wasn't allowed to have internet access. When my initial training was over and we came back, he was different. He wasn't the same person I grew up with. Just scared and angry. We tried to get through to him, but nothing we said worked. He yelled and refused to listen to every last thing we had to say. And I think he forgot that too. They never changed their troll tag, even after the switch to Scorp, so I was thankfully able to find him. I had to prod him into having conversations with me at the start. I had to pretend to be a different person.
Hmm. Did you not try to show him some sort of evidence?
I showed them everything I had. Old chat messages, pictures. It was like he didn't see any of it.
That's what I was afraid of. Because he never saw me either.
Huh? Couldn't you just get his attention? Shake them or something?
Your consciousness may be within my space, but you aren't truly here. Not flesh and blood. I can be affected by you because I've wielded your presence. Your imprint has become as much as my part of my domain as anything else. You can see and follow me, hurt me even if you were inclined, but I cannot do the same to you, not like this. Though this does not explain why he never noticed or spoke to me, or why he has no recollection of you. Nor does it explain why you have too many memories of our nor does it explain why you too have no memory of our prior meetings. At this point, his eyes would nearly not meet mine. That's all it ever was. Something close. Nearly reactions to drawn symbols. His attention would be brought away soon after, however, especially if I briefly managed to get through to him. He would speak to something, but not to me. His dreams were occupied, even under my limited influence. Yes, that's Kid Jack.
Mm-hmm. Archer be like, I am not looking. Something happened. I know he went through a few rough patches, but that doesn't explain why he jumped from one personality to another. Do you know what it was? Please tell me you do. I want him back. I want things to be right again.
I'm sorry, I don't. But I do know that something has a hold on him, that it influences his choices and directs him away from those he cares about, and that his experiences might not be wholly unique to him.
What do you mean?
This particular phenomenon lines up with what I've been experiencing. What I believe you have all been experiencing as well. I feel as if something has gotten into his head. If something has gotten to all of our heads.
Hey, earlier you said this place was a barricade, right? I don't think you would have used that word if it didn't mean something. Barricades keep things out. What are you trying to hold back?
The wretched, malignant being responsible for all the ceaseless pain that ripples through our cyclical eternity. The one who I believe is the cause of what ails us. My father. Holy shit!
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, that's insane. Guyon. Don't say that, Diz! Aster, please, I'm
He's so
begging!
fine.
I'm begging!
Oh man, I love a DILF.
I thought you were gonna say I love man-made horrors beyond my comprehension.
That too.
I love dilks beyond my comprehension.
I think this is right.
Well, you two can have that. Holy shit, this animation. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but like,
You're good. By all means, uh, by all means, bask in it.
I will gaze.
The not father? He's real? And actually a father?
He desperately wishes he wasn't, on both accounts. That's why he persists, why he is relentless in his pursuit to finish the job he started so long ago.
Some people on my planet worship him. I guess that's because you introduced him into our mythos in the first place?
They are fools to do so. He only serves his own ends, and all he craves is an end.
Well, if he really causes all these problems, couldn't you just give him what he wants?
No one can understand what he wants. He can barely comprehend his own state, much less like what his actions have wrought. When you guys made the kin onion for Gaion, wasn't one of them Gygas?
I believe Gygas is an inner.
Yeah, that sounds about right. If I had to make a guess, that is why your world could have seen something so worth worshipping in him. He's a blank slate to project onto. There is nothing there. And he is willing to give them everything. So long as eventually he gets to take it away. I introduced him as a cautionary tale, not an honor. He is not worthy of the divine duality he's a part of.
But what does he have? What does that have to do with us? We haven't done anything to him.
You have. Everyone has. Everything has.
Ugh, I don't think I get it.
That is the heart of it. Gaion is a being that grows and shifts. He does not learn, and he does not communicate in the intent of others. He claims to feel. He claims to feel, to know of suffering. He is a liar. He's laid waste to innocent trillions, incalculable lives simply because they dare to breathe and experience the life given to them by the All-Mother.
Not to be rude, but I don't want to downplay how you feel about him or anything. But how can you be sure that's the case? You're clearly some sort of powerful entity too, and you understand at least some of the things that we're going through. Why is it different for him?
Rules have no bearing on something like him.
Don't you just escape then?
He's done exactly that. That's what I failed to comprehend. Or rather, what I have overestimated my ability to overcome. The static only withholds an ephemeral physicality of his form. It is nothing to subtract from the insidious influence, how he might manifest it in others if he was to directly access their psyches. He snuck up from right underneath me, my weakness in omniscience. Omniscience is his escape route, and at my age, he can actively use it against all of us. He can tell his own stories, and he would be able to tell the difference, because he decides what they mean.
As in, he's the one who chooses what you're doing and how you're doing it?
More than what you see and how you see it. Tell me, Miss Rains, do you know what reality is? I don't mean a direct definition of the word. I'm asking if you know the practical applications of the concept. How does it function?
It's the totality of everything in a given space, isn't it? Like, if you're in a sectioned off block in the middle of nowhere and you're stuck there, everything in that area would be your reality.
Close. Say you exist in such a space. There are two philosophies to contend with. One of the material and one of the subjective. Matter can be assessed and scrutinized if it's given form. It can be studied and understood through a consensus between multiple parties. But how do you see the room? What does it mean to you? What do you recognize about it? Does it invoke a specific memory? Inspire a feeling? Your answers inform how you conceptualize your reality, and that will dictate your state of being. There's a distinct separation between something that is real in a physical sense and real in a personal sense.
So, Caparia is a representative of the tangible and Gaian's the intangible?
Representative does not inch close to describing it. They simply are. Or aren't, in this case. My father does not facilitate the latter. He embodies it. Gaian cannot be combated. He cannot be willed away. He is all-seeing, throughout our eyes and his own. Nothing gets past him, not even what lies beyond the veil. Every thought, memory, idea, and dream belonging to every being that was, is, or ever will be falls under his purview, including us. He's been listening this entire time. It all plagues him terribly, he says. An excuse, so he can justifiably tear asunder every last shred of this tapestry.
Not gonna lie, if I were the embodiment of reality from this manner, I would probably go insane as well.
Yeah. I really do like interesting conceptualizations about omniscience and omnipresence, because, well, especially, I mean, conceptually, mortal minds could never understand it, because we literally have a storage capacity, so we would be infinitely overwhelmed. Kind of fucked up when you think about it. Yes, I agree. Also, yo, Eddie!
Yeah. Hi, Eddie!
How's it going tonight?
Eddie was your last stream.
Yes.
Hi!
Oh my god. But yeah, no. Truly, the process of which Gaian exists is unfathomable, and that's a horrifying thing.
Hi!
Hello!
But why would he take such issue with us, specifically?
While I'm unsure about what he might stand to gain from Archek or any of the others, I can tell you exactly why he wanted to estrange the two of us. You have crucial information that would potentially lead to his subservience, and I had the power to recognize his tampering. So he found a particular point in time where we got a little too close to him, and he took his chances. Oh! It's the ritual. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay. Jesus Christ. Unfortunately, I am now unable to perceive things as clearly as I once did. I can only spectate in a staggered, fixed manner. It is disorienting. But even still, my family and yours are the last bastions that stand between him and his perfection.
What does perfection mean to him?
Ugh.
This animation.
Holy shit. Perfection does not exist. It is why he strives for it. Emptiness, past even the deepest chasms of hypothetical. A complete return to zero. Not even will he survive, nary an abstraction. It is a spiteful, agonizing suicide in which nothing will remain but stillness. His scream will finally be heard, and then it will be all over.
Horrifying, thank you.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Do we actually have any chances to stop him? He can't be killed without giving him what he wants. He can't be beaten into submission. He can't be sneaked past or tricked. He can't even be fathomed. What are we capable of? I can't even feel scared about this because it's so removed from my understanding that it wraps all the way back around to be meaningless. It's probably what he wants too.
There is one way it can be done. In the exceptionally unlikely event that your session is successful on all fronts and everything goes to plan, I will be the one to perform the task. In all others, I prepared a failsafe to look after an incomplete session in my passing. That is as much as I'm willing to disclose at the moment. Not because I don't want to, because I fear your hearing about it will affect your capability to engage with your quest. It is imperative, especially in your case, that you understand the process of your session.
You're really the one who made the game.
Yes. It lies within a pocket dimension in the static, a niche I've carved out specifically for that function.
I feel like I'm carrying the weight of the entire universe on my back, and it's going to absolutely crush me any second now.
Welcome back to the club, my dear.
Is this how you always feel?
Not always. I make sure to insert a healthy dose of amusement and good humor into everything I can. As seen as I find myself, I have no interest in complete insanity.
Yeah, I think we have enough of that as it is. I'm getting close to it by the second.
There was still a sense of wonder to be found in the midst of all the chaos, though. No? Look up.
Is that a giant frog?
The giant frog, if you will. That is the aforementioned solitary universe where Repeton once resided.
Whoa.
It's empty now, of course. Nothing but dying stars and countless barren worlds that should have been teeming with life. The weight that which you feel on your back is in part empathy, a terminal condition for those of us who carry bleeding hearts. I'm afraid that ache will never go away.
Well, I'll tell you just in case you don't know. On my plan, frogs are these awe-inspiring mythical creatures that once stood guard over all, catching those who might besmirch their domain with their luminous tongue, all that. Hey, wait a second. Did you have something to do with that too?
Perhaps.
You really have your bony fingers in every fairy tale pie, huh? I always thought they were cute whenever I saw a drawing on a mural or what have you then. Maybe because our eyes look a little similar? Something silly like that.
They are beautiful creatures, even in an enfeebled state such as this.
Look at all them!
Look at all these fucking frogs, baby!
Roge!
I simply wish to pet them.
What happened to all the others inside the cubby hole walls? Or walls, quote unquote, because they're not really walls. You'll probably say that they're chiseled in the dried blood of Elysium or something.
No, They are just walls. No quotations
Nuts.
necessary.
Nuts. You can't say that I'm not inventive, at least.
Perish the thought. Those of your aspect often are, as proven just now.
Aww.
These are the past stories I've told. Phantom inputs of species and cultures. Attempts at salvation. Now long past.
Oh. How many are there in total?
Counting yours? 144. All brought to naught through his interference. Gone far too soon. And as an iteration of a universe meets its end, it is taken here. Nothing more than phantoms of dead past.
This has been going on for over 100 times in a row?
Yes, though it is the same universe, the same single life-bearing planet remade in its own image. The world dies, a new chronology springs from its coda, and a new species is put into play, adapted from the last.
Huh. Doesn't it kind of defeat the purpose of existing to begin with? I mean, everything that starts has to end at some point, right?
Nothing is ever meant to truly end, child. So long as the memory is preserved, it continues onwards. What was once just changes becomes something new. To be alive is to endure the perpetuity, in some way or another. Even my mother is no exception to this rule. This is all for her sake, so she can have the opportunity to finally finish her work.
Is that our entire game session? The pocket that you mentioned.
Yes, it's called the Incinosphere.
God, I love the blue colors of the puddle there.
Yes, it's very good.
I get it. Because it's spherical.
Your powers of deduction remain unparalleled.
It kind of looks like a little diorama. You know, the kind of thing you get in huge trouble for knocking over in hoity-toity museum.
It is cylindrical. It is a cylindrical, isolated space. Once you're within it, there's no leaving its confines. Only a temporary measure, of course. Its singular purpose just to house your game session.
Oh, speaking of, other than the whole pacifying Guion thing, what else do we have to do? Because that seems more like a final boss objective. You went through all this trouble making the game, so it has to accomplish something? I'm just gonna go on a limb here and assume there's big important reasons why we can't just sort of do what we need to do pronto.
As I mentioned, there's only so much I'm willing to divulge at a time. Sharing all the details up front isn't conductive to my techniques, our ultimate goal, or your situation. That is to say, you would freak out much more than you already have.
Yeesh. What can I ask you that will give me a straightforward answer?
Given you've already formed your land, I can only imagine what you've been given the basic briefing from Lilith.
Let me guess. She's one of your mythic underlings?
The second eldest, yes.
The connections! Oh, how they multiply and entangle themselves. That's a great segue to my next question, actually. A connection to the other connecting connection. She told me something. We are the withering trunk, the tree that our mother's roots still hold steady. And you are a sapling created of our seeds, one that cannot be put down. Does that mean you already know, then? About all the things that my blood can do? No, the little sprout says. That's not much that we need to discover of our own nature. We are bound, Elsie Rains, in ways deeper than you realize. You read the tales of your heritage, of what we cultivated and set to walk the earth. Our connections are how you got here in the first place. Tell us, Hero of Life. How did our power serve you? Of course, that's the first thing you ask. I don't really think it served me much, if anything. If you're looking for a standing ovation or a heartfelt thank you, sorry, I don't have either of those. My blood is the least important thing about me. It keeps me limber and spry, and that's it. That's all it should do. Interesting. We don't believe that's true, and we know resentment when we hear it. You share our color and its blessing. Your blood gives life, but I cannot be taken from you by force. Still, others always wish to grasp at what is not theirs to hold. You're a symbol and a bounty, just as your ancestor before you. Do not pretend that has had negligible impact on you. So, what if I am? Am I supposed to just start strutting around all full myself like I'm some kind of cosmic hotshot? Is that what you want to hear? Living isn't about that. I'm not that. Now, it's not that simple, is it? Nature and nurture are inextricable from each other past a certain point. You are a result of your circumstances, as much as you are a determiner of your selfhood. Your forebears, myself included, took it upon ourselves to intervene in the world's affairs. Sakura Reigns lived many lives in her time, but she used all of her acquired wisdom and experience to make you aware of your purpose, to ready you for it. Yet, we see that you aren't. Yeah, I mean, maybe, if I want to take everything in the most literal boilerplate way possible, I think it's stupid to assign worth on the basis of what someone can do or how they do it. Even though why is a bit of a stretch, because sometimes we do things that don't make sense. Nothing exists on purpose. There are causes, and there are effects, and you are the result of several causes that you still don't understand the gravity of. I've just never thought myself as that one troll who has gnarly green goop in her veins and is meant for some kind of super important destiny. Look, this whole time, it's all been a bunch of blah blah blah, what does your life mean, whatever. I don't think there's an inherent meaning to living. I wish people would stop asking me that. Do you want to know what I really am? I'm a person. I'm an experience that other people don't get to have. I'm not this legend everyone barely seems to remember. When I'm talked about, I'm never Elsie Rain's local friend in your area. I'm a cure or a threat, or sometimes both. So excuse me if I don't really care about having this be a continuing trend. If only you knew how much of your mother you carry within you. Your limitations, your fear, your aspirations. They reflect her, just as much as they reflect you or us. After all, we are but pieces of her. I don't get what she meant by us being pieces of her. Caparia, I'm assuming?
Correct. Lilith has a tendency to get ahead of herself, a byproduct of the conditions she manages. It might have been clearer to you before, It might have been clearer to you before outside interferences. As it stands, it would take far more effort to explain that than it would be for us to keep in future contact. Our meeting is running short, I'm afraid.
Oh.
You will likely be waking up in a moment from your perspective. It would be best if none of this would relate to your fellow aspect holders, at least for now. We will find a way to communicate. I have my ways of keeping my eye out, even if I can't on those methods wielding best results.
What are you going to do, Mr. Noise?
The only thing I can. Find out everything that went wrong and devise a method to counteract it by pouring through what's escaped me. I've got access to all the facts that run through the winding road of our current cycle's broader timeline, but nothing more. The answer must be here, somewhere.
Well, I don't think I have a whole lot of useful advice to give for a mind-bending dilemma like this. I can't say I'm an expert on your non-trolling manners of research and development, but whenever I end up scratching my head over a problem, more often than not, it's less that I actually forgot a thing, and more that it was something I overlooked. Maybe focus a bit less on what you haven't seen, and more what you have seen? You could have missed something. Oh, and your secret is safe with me. For now.
God, the Elsie flashing away is very funny. Something I could have missed. An interesting theory, were it not to inevitably lead me further astray. There are few places in which ill-defined resources can be plundered, where imagination is shaped in its broadest, least tangible forms. And were I to be truthful with you, there are reasons why I've willingly discarded those who occupy such spaces. Oh boy. Yeah!
Yeah, baby!
Anomaly space. Just as much as a reason as their space is to be occupied. Seriously, what a hackneyed thought. Can you believe this guy? Boo! Oh, my bad. I didn't see you there. Yes, I did. Wink. I've got an audience too, you know. He's not the best company, sure, and the old man just loves ruining my things more than he does playing with them. But hey, beggars can't be choosers when they've got residual daddy issues. I'll take what attention I can get. I'll still complain about it, though. What am I doing here? Oh, nothing much. Just taking a break from a little dance routine I've been working on. Company pleaser type gig. You know how it is. Don't worry, I'm not here to ruin your weepy trip down Crybaby Lane. Those siblings, huh? Brings a tear to my eye with all this family business. It's a relatable woe for me, after all. I'm hardly relevant right now, anyway, even though I'm still super relevant in general. Hope you didn't think I was going away forever. You'll break my old fragile heart if you talk like that. It's all according to plan, I assure you. The fact that I'm here at all is how you know my little deal has been working. I just adore cozy embrace of our narrative significance. The hypothetical has been good to me lately. In fact, I'm waiting for it to drop off a very important package my way. You'll see me again when it gets here. For now, if I make a suggestion, brace yourself. Things are about to get more crowded than usual.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, what's up?
This is gonna be another long conversation. It's between Oasis and Elsie, and I know we've been going for a while. Do you want to stop here, or do you want to read this conversation?
No, I think this actually might be a good place to stop. I think that's fair.
Okay.
Okay then. Alright then. Let me go grab the tier list then.
Alright.
Also, this is a fucking banger. I just put Dead Shufflers on my fucking on my iPod, so I'm very happy.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Dead Shufflers is a banger.
Dead Shufflers is a fucking banger. Okay. Is there any changes I would make here? That's a good question.
There's Guyon.
There is Guyon. I don't know that I'd put Guyon in. I always just want to make a Gygus tier.
I mean, if you want to do that, by all means.
I will make a new tier, but I'm just gonna put it as thought-provoking.
He makes you think.
He does, actually. Provoking. Like, he's...
The horror beyond my comprehension. It makes me think.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes that's just how it be. Sometimes a character can just be a real thonker, huh?
So far, there's been some major... The horror... Yes.
Oh my god! Jesus Christ.
I guess you could, consider, specifically... I mean, every character got, like, a good spotlight. How about you start with Sova?
Oh, Sova. Beloved. Above Rogi, below Serpace.
Yeah.
Sova is very good, and it was just so much fun reading her fucking play.
Yeah, I cherish her so fucking much.
On
And also, her creative vision is very good.
Yes, I do truly agree here.
If you think about it, upon the 11th hour, it's just like Among Us.
What? Among Us?
They're trying to figure out who's sus.
Jesus Christ. Honestly, whenever discussion of the more conceptual comes up, it's always a nice surprise. Just due to, ironically, the nothing favoring guy having more information to him than one is meant to be is just funny. So I usually keep Guy unapplied Caparia to the lack of Caparia info. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, we just know about, we know vaguely about Caparia, but like this is the first time we've gotten like real big details on either entity.
Mm-hmm. It will not be the last time. Also, listen, Austin Otto was the one who said it first. He said that the play update is like Among Us.
Yeah, I won't lie, I was thinking that in my head, but I didn't actually want to say it. Oh god, Among Us kills the vast error stream, fucked up.
God.
Jeez.
There's there's Archik and Elsie, obviously. They both have pretty big developments here.
Yes. This is a good question here. I don't know. I really do think Archik stays in the same place. But Elsie? Does Elsie go in? Will Elsie rise up here?
Right now she's at top of great, but she's not phenomenal yet.
Elsie... I'm still kind of stuck here. I like Elsie. I like Elsie a lot. Elsie tier. Jesus Christ. Look, there's basically already a fucking executive tier, and there's a boys tier. I don't think I can get... Like, literally, I'm running out of colors for the fucking tier list. I cannot give any more.
She should be above everyone else, and she's the only character in the comic last I checked.
Okay, alright. I'm just gonna have to... I'm gonna wipe the... Reset. I'm not gonna press reset. Jesus Christ.
Roki above Elsie.
Okay, I'm judging you a little. Look, Rogi is just fun. Rogi, look, if it was just a Rogi comic, I would read Rogi comic. Make a tier for every character. Jesus Christ, I don't know. Do I have the patience for that? Probably not. Oh my god.
I'm so happy for Roki being such a good player and not anybody else.
You're right. Who the fuck is this?
Like, Maid of Void who?
Jesus Christ.
Calder's just gone.
Calder. I have snapped Calder out of existence.
God.
Is that someone's fan troll? I know, fucked up. I think this was the tier makers, the tier maker author's fan troll. That's kind of fucked up. It's fine though.
I don't know, some background Republican.
God.
Especially after that freaking memo and him insulting Taz like that, I don't see him.
Oh yeah, no. Calder deserves to be fried into tempura. Jesus. Okay, but Elsie just still has not made that push yet for me, and I still love her, but we might come to that point. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna move Albion up above Talad.
Mm-hmm.
You're insane. God.
I simply think that her plight of being forgotten by her fucking brother is so fucking sad.
You know what? That's fair. Okay, you've convinced me. Okay. Uh,
I did it, Aster. I did it. Like, seriously, like, the freaking, like, pros of, like, when did you become so easy to forget? It
yeah,
hurts.
I agree. Okay,
She has BPDT, girl swag, that's all I have to say.
good, actually. I've put Elsie above Rayquan.
Yeah!
I think that's fair.
Yeah, I was like, damn, Austin, you screamed into a pillow only to not move Elsie up?
You got me there. I I may have had a himbo moment of my own. Look, it's confirmed. I can be a little bit of a himbo as a treat.
Mm-hmm. And I support you.
Yes. But god damn.
But yeah, that was a lot of reading, but I'm very excited for more of Act 3.
Yes, I am also very excited. To get Jack to become full himbo. I'm already strong. I can be a himbo and also a bit chubby, okay? Like, I think that's allowed.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll allow it.
thank you. Zakura and Thessal are not on the tier list because I know I have a full tier. I know I have a full, but like I kind of feel like they're still in like the Caporia situation where they exist, but like I don't feel I have enough about them. I mean, like, okay, you know what? Okay, I'll put them vaguely in good, but like I still don't feel like I know them well enough to like have made a decision.
Not everyone in this stream is spoiled, Eddie.
Yes, I am not a member of the VE team. I'm only friends with a lot of them.
But yeah, no, Zekura and Thessal are very, very good, and I would kiss them.
I'm sure they are, but you know, we shall see. We shall see.
I simply have two hands, and they are for both. Yeah, that's why they are put in good.
Yeah, they're good, but it's like a vague good. It's like I enjoy them, but to a point that it's almost like meeting someone at a con that maybe you've like cosplayed with, and like you take a photo of them, and you're like, oh, that was really cool. Anyways, it's just a passing thing right now. They can be vague good. I understand. Cool. Fair enough.
Also, for the long snow level that I am. Cloud, you gotta catch up.
You gotta read that. We got a full backlog of all of those fucking good Snowbound Blood volumes.
BB.
Sneeby. All right then. You will? Good. You should actually. All right. With that,
The big one.
The big one.
Yes, we also did the big one.
We did do the big one.
The pain is eternal. Remember this.
God. With that said, I think that will do it for us tonight. So, once again, big shout out to the person of the hour, the person of the day, one Ostinato, whose birthday this is. Once again, happy birthday, my guy.
Yeah.
Thank you again so much for the fucking everyone paying in the VE server. That was really sweet of you. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you all joining me tonight. With that said, that concludes our marathon for the month of VE. This was the Errors of March. So, with that said, I will be streaming tomorrow? Question mark? Probably. Definitely Thursday. I don't know about tomorrow yet, but I don't have anything set yet because I started this week off in a very weird spot. So I didn't really have anything planned except for this. So I guess just keep an eye out for streams this week. So yeah, with that said, One final thank you to everyone who followed tonight. I really appreciate it. Holy shit. We had 12 fucking follows tonight. That's insane.
Yeah, wow.
Agreed. All right. Any final words from Funny Little Don?
Well, honestly, we have vast error because the pain is eternal.
You will never escape the pain here.
You will never be the same again.
Wait.
It's Ostinatos. Austin wins. It was in February.
Wait, what's up? Oh, my birthday. My birthday's January 24th.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
March 22nd is Vast Error Day and Ostinatos' birthday, so.
Yes. Don't forget. You're here forever.
That's me convincing you to read Vast Error with me.
God. Don't forget, you're pained forever. So true. Alright. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Take care. And good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Change the world. My brother.